Okay. Got it. Okay. Anybody have anything? I have something if y'all don't. You got some? No?
Mm-mm. Go ahead.
Okay. Um,
Well, this is good.
Right.
Well, my Lord, let me get my pen
Out
and
with it.
Um, um, I did not handle myself with care and structure this week.
Hmm.
The thing that I enjoy about this endeavor is that we can all be imperfect together as long as we like figuring it out. Um, I am very sensitive about this environment. The connections, the people. I'm real sensitive. It sounds crazy to people who to strangers because they don't understand. But I'm real tender and sensitive about these endeavors. When I get wind that people are over here, girl, what? I I'm trying. I can't even half speak English. I keep every experience that I have with like real weirdos make me realize that like I'm naive because I'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I would have no way of knowing that that is what you would be over here doing. It's a whole world out there, and you pay $40 a month to be on some fuck shit. You don't have nothing else better to do. These people are serious, and it's like it's a them thing. It's not an us thing. That's a number one issue. If you notice people getting purged out of here, it's because they think it's a us versus them thing. And I'm like, the us is the us. It's not us and them. It's us. And it's like we waving this book around, girl. They reading it. They like, oh yes, I get it. I get it, and don't get it. That's why Dr. SC's girl, she said 2.7 million copies sold. I said, can't be. The girls are reading it. I did not understand that comprehension was an issue. I didn't know. Anyway, I was real mad. And see, if you was here in the beginning, you know I'll do a live stream and call me a bitch out. You know what I'm saying? You know I talk to her in front of the whole world. I stopped because I got in trouble for that. My people like, well, this week you're being passive aggressive. I said, damn, I just gotta block you. Because this is why I always talk to hateful bitches. Because you're only hateful because of your environment. You have to be like that because you're around people that you gotta play games with because you cannot speak to them directly. I want to be able to speak to you directly, but you're gonna gaslight me. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up. I'm all on your line complaining when I should have blocked me a bitch last week. Excuse me. I led with. I'm very sensitive about this. I wish I wasn't. This is what I did. My folks, again, I don't have no amen corner. I got people around me with their own minds that disagree with me. and that can let me know that wasn't like even to like I care about the Patreon. You care about the Patreon. Why you handling it like that? You can't find a more productive way to get out your frustrations. You remember the other couple of weeks ago I was telling y'all I had given up cinnamon and sage because can't do both. I made the mistake of trying to turn what I already be doing into a business because everybody kept telling me that's what I needed to do. When I did hair, I would get off work. It did not matter how late and come home and cook and bake and cook and bake. I got to get back in that kitchen. So I done found me. I done reconnected with my original outlet. I'm not gonna be on y'all line with no fuck shit no more. I'll call you next time I got some fuck shit. I'll call you personally. I won't be getting on the Patreon. And if you one of them ones that's on some fuck shit, I'm not gonna talk to you at all. I'm just gonna block you because I already tried to do the talking. That's why I'm like, I'm tried and true, okay? I have my conversations, and they be like, well, you came out of the conversation, were you clear or were you confused? I was confused. So don't worry about it. Anyway, um, y'all trying to get it together. And I appreciate y'all for listening to me snark out. If you listen to me snark out, or for being there and being somebody that actually give a fuck about the text, they give a fuck about the work, they give a fuck about these people, they give a fuck, girl. It has been a week. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I just didn't want to let another second go by. I'm glad I was going me and Melinda was gonna have a kiki, but since we have other folks, I did want to say I apologize. I don't appreciate it. That's it. Anything for me before we move on?
I wanted to say that I thank you because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So I don't
Great.
even see what happened. I don't
Right.
even
You're
know.
not gonna see it.
Yeah,
Because
like thanks. I appreciate that.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Anything else?
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome. I'm supposed to stop apologizing, but I be girl. I want us to all be on the same page. I want us to all be on the same page. You don't have to have every play by play, but I want you to know, like, I'm working hard. So when you touch grass, you don't have to touch grass with weirdos, girl. Because it's worse when you touch grass with them. It's different when you online. You touching grass with a weirdo, it will ruin your. Oh my god. That's I'm like. Let's move on, girl. Please. Oh my god. Um, we are all going through it. Who is that? Oh, okay, everyone. That's all. It's the moon or some. It's the moon or some. If we can check the moon. It's probably the moon or some, right? Something is
There
in
was an
Aquarius.
eclipse the other day,
Mhm.
Really?
There you go.
the 29th.
Just had a full moon. You know, babies
Yeah,
be born and things.
full moon. Yep.
It's some Leos being born. That's why everybody nerves is shot. Because it ain't nothing but Leos being born. Oh, that's why girl, Lord help. That's what's happening. I feel wow when the moon is full. It's your season. Okay. Okay. How are you gonna be 31 or 32? Um, 31. So I am gonna use this experience to talk from today. Because I said last week and the week before last and every week since we've been talking about chapter 6 that chapter 6 is the one because number one, I got everybody name wrote. It's like a chapter 6 is a scrapbook for me because most of the people in here I've either had individual discussions with, one-on-ones or something to the tune of that. And the things that I remember from the things that we have discussed, it's all up and through chapter 6. And when I read the passages that make me think about you, and then I see your face and we get to talk about it. So, and even people who have an icky time with what we working on here, or just not even letting themselves experience the work. Because I always understand people who don't have like who can't like who who don't do it because it's hard. You know, you got to make peace with this. You got to make peace with that. You got to tell the truth about this. You got to tell like you got to look at all the lies and be like, "Oh Lord." And you got to undo all the lies, make the lies into the truth. And that's tedious and difficult. And then and if you constantly hold if your life is held up by a lie, it's even harder because that's why another reason why I felt like a hypocrite this week because I'm always like, you got to burn it down in the middle of a sentence. The moment my alarm bell started going off, if I'm real, my alarm bell started going off a long time ago. It was a small little experience. I want to talk to y'all about chapter, what is that, Vasilisa? Excuse me. But the alarm bells went off for something so ding, I act like I ain't hear it. Because it's like, oh, that's too small. 2 months later, I'm snarking out 2 days straight in the okay. Ding! It's like that's not loud enough. But imagine that was my first thing I wanted to say to a group of women anywhere in this world. Imagine if you listen every time you heard that little ding, like every time you heard it, girl, the tool would be sharp. Lord help you. But I heard it a long time ago. But it was like if we're at work here, I ruined my fucking life not listening. To who? You wish you listened in every way. Um, if I had listened a long time ago, but it happened, oh Lord, y'all typing. It happened to me 3 years ago and I didn't listen. It was bad. I don't ignore my dreams now. And let me ask y'all this. How much of it is if I listen to myself right now, they gonna call me crazy. Oh,
They call you that
shit,
anyway.
girl. If I get it this early, they gonna burn me at the stake.
It is. It's definitely like one of those, girl, this is crazy. Now, my mom, so in our culture, my mom is supposed to be what we call a bouye, right? So basically a spiritual person, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual mother that like guides, um, is basically the medium between the living and the ancestors, right? That's her gift. And I remember having this dream, and I remember being like, I should tell my mom, but like life be lifing, and I was like, nah, this sounds really crazy. But long story short, I got into it with two women, a mother and a daughter, 3 years ago, and I remember having a dream. I was getting chased by the baby snake, and then the mama snake came, and I was like, this is some crazy shit, like, and I ignored it. I shouldn't have ignored it. Um, and I remember finally telling my mom, like when things went down, she was like, why would you not say anything to me? This was months ago. I was like, Mom, because at the time,
Yeah.
it was just me and the daughter into it. And the mom came nowhere. Like, I'm confused. She was like, they were warning you that she was coming. And I was like, but I didn't know. And I'm like, my
Girl.
mom was the only person I know I can talk to about things like that. But I'm just like, not having women like this, people will think you are insane. Like, what do you mean you had a dream of a snake chasing you in a village?
We gonna be
We
like,
don't live in
woo!
a village. Yeah, like people really will think you're crazy. And I'm just like, so no, I just want to I echo what you're saying. Like people literally will think you're crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Grace.
Yeah. I
They
feel
go ahead. I'm sorry, Rihanna.
No, I was just saying, I think part of it as well is when you're first starting out, you think you might be wrong. Like there's a lot of situations in life where, oh, you be wrong. You're like, oh, okay, well, I misjudged that or I jumped over that. So in the situations I know that I'm still trying to
Hey,
distinguish
Grace.
let me let
Hey,
me
y'all. Happy Friday.
hey Grace. Um let me test the waters versus no, like that it went off in the back of my head. There no waters needs to be tested. Like I'm still differentiating that, and I think that's just me
You
adding a
be
little.
needing proof?
Yeah, I am a proof needer, and that because I'd be like you're just some things it's like no, that's I should have listened on that, and then some things like I don't have enough evidence to blow my life up in this way yet. That's what I'd be feeling like.
Okay. If you probably, please excuse me, your tool probably do.
Right.
Um, because the thing that makes your tool sharp is one of the things that lends to your tool being sharp is willing to jump up in the middle of a sentence
Hmm.
and willingness to be wrong. Willingness to be wrong. You because I was talking to like that was another thing we were okay. Let's veer off just for a second. This is gonna be an ADHD chat. Um, Today I was talking to here's an impact. Okay, Valerie and Valerie is coming out of isolation and trying to let her give herself permission to make friends. But because she don't trust her ability, hey Monet Eloise, um, she don't give herself a chance to connect. Well, she's starting to give herself opportunities to connect, but she doesn't trust who she like connects with. Like she doesn't trust because you when you go into isolation, it's because you realize you got to get away from everybody. And so once you begin to get untangled from everybody and you prepare yourself for like your new life, like you either gonna be like, I ain't gonna never have friends again, or you dream of the next era of your life where you have friendship. What does that look like? So your either your dreams is thrusting you into the future, or your lack of hope and beliefs is keeping you very still. You might as well be going backwards. So you spend all of this time getting untangled, and now you understand your blind spots for the most part. You understand that you connect through familiarity when you need to connect and find another reason to connect because what's familiar to you is not a safe home. Is it home? Yes, but it's not a safe home. So like even we build a safe home for yourself, and now you got to try to build a safe home for your relationships. Be a safe home for your relationships. Okay. So if you haven't tested that out yet, and you're dealing with a whole nother person, and people are massive in spirit and in truth, energetically, time. People take up a lot of space in your mind. Even like the lady that got on your nerves today in the elevator, you thought about her much longer than you would have liked to. She got on your damn nerves. Oh my God. So people are consuming. And so it's like, if I'm going to consume and be consumed, I want to do it right. So you jump out there and you fresh out. Now your alarm bells are going off. And you like, is this just residual ringing in my ears from my old life? Is something wrong? Is this a red flag? Is this just me being nervous? Is this just because I'm not used to this? You don't know what that noise is. And I think that is the feeling that you feel when you first begin. Um, because there's so many feelings. It's whole like you like them, but you don't know why you like them. Like you scared to admit you like them because they don't like you. All of these things, trauma, instinct. Okay, is it trauma or instinct? Okay. So in that case, you may need some time to see, but I think seeing and hearing and seeing and hearing, because it's not just that you blind and you hearing alarm bells. You can see. So it's not just y'all standing there sharing the ice cream cone and y'all ran your alarm start going off. It's something, there's a reason why. Um, what was I talking about?
That you were talking about that. You were talking
We were
about,
talking about Valerie.
oh, that too.
Okay, so Valerie is making friends now, and she doesn't trust herself to make friends because
She's still sharpening her tool in that
she
way.
said her picker might be still raggedy. She said she don't trust her picker yet. This is what I want to say. And this is just based on what I've gained from this endeavor here. If you living right, this is how you measure if you living right. Have you created a landscape to encounter connection, like genuine, authentic connection and belonging, friendship, safety? Like, do you meet people? Like, I met her, and she had no ulterior motive. We just, wow, we connected. She's smart. She likes me. I like her. She ain't, because here's the thing. When you get on the other side of that shit, this is another reason why people are reluctant to do the work. You do not tolerate dumb shit no more. So, like, your new friend, she be doing dumb shit, being irresponsible, doing stuff that she gotta hide, and then have a talk with you about it. And then you don't have the patience for it. So you either got to bring a surface level to it, because you do like having somebody to go drink wine with, or you can say, red flag, I like depth. I can't get that from you. Like, now you have to be able, you got to be, another thing that sharpens your tool is being persnickety. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? When you jump up and do whatever you're going to do, and the people like, well, damn. It's a lot of people in this world. I rather have I would rather be spending my time with people that I can learn from. I just watched a TikTok about that. I would rather be spending my time with people that I can learn from, not people that I'm gonna worry about, not people that get on their own nerves. My least favorite thing. That's why I was like, I stay away from people that I have to worry about because I'm an avid worrier. I'm real good at worrying. I worry really well, and so like I have to stay away from you if you make me worry about you because I'm gonna be worried about you day in and day out. So let me just get away from you. Um, anyway, I'm gonna leave that over there. I just wanted to talk about the alarm bells, the intuition. You could just jump up, even if you jump up prematurely. It I I always wonder if people actually know how many people exist on this planet. So many people in this world. It's so many people in this world. I think y'all be forgetting that my new filter is someone that tries to outsource their personal needs. Ooh. Now that one is strict. You want to talk about being strict? That one is strict. She said, "Don't give me no." As somebody, oh girl, I got a box of trinkets this week from somebody. I gotta start saying when people like, "Oh, I want to send you a package. I want to send you a package." I'm like, "Okay, girl, I got a box of junk this week." I said, "I know somebody that will cut your head off your shoulders for sending this shit to her damn house." And I'm just like, thanks. But I got a box of junk. Um, anyway, the point is, um, let's go back to belonging. I don't got no point. I don't have no point. I'm gonna be all over chapter 6 about this. I don't have no point. I didn't take no notes. I'm reading from my book. I've been wanting to talk to y'all about this. Every time I take a note from a conversation I have about it, I write it down because I want to talk about it. Please interrupt me at any time if you have something you want to say, please. Um, one of the things that I have noticed from touching grass, because I called it a social experiment, I am like that's why I was like, if you're not okay with being vetted, don't come over here because that's another thing. You should have already done your own scans. As many times if we stop and do a scan, the car counts live stream, we all had to stop and do a scan and see who are you. Is there some car counts in here? We realized we had a few car counts. We had a conversation with the cock house. Hateful bitches. You know what I'm saying? These are scans, girl. These are audits. So you should have done your scan before you got over here. That was a lie. That was a time. My but so you over here and you haven't done your scans. I'm gonna put you in my business. KSC, Kendall St. Charles, she and I had a conversation a while ago. Hey Lee, one of the things that people do in my live streams is they let me know she sent me to you. She I learned about you from her. I learned about you. Okay. Half the people in here, that's why I was like, a lot of my people don't know who she is, but a lot of people absolutely know who she is. But it's like we're not in her age range. Her teachings and her lectures now sound radical and fabulous. Like me and Leisha rage out and listen to her. It's great. But you got to turn that shit off because she mad all the time. Like that. Don't those two voice memos you got earlier this week, when she get mad, she doing 18 hours straight. Melinda, please tell them. 3 days in a row.
Yes. I just caught one she did. I don't know. Whatever was in the email last night, that's the one I heard. I haven't
Do
because yeah, I've been
Do
missing them.
not make her mad.
No.
Do not. That's why I was like, I just got my little feelings hurt. She would have cussed that girl out, did a newsletter on her. Help me, OG. What else? She would have did a workshop on your ass, charged $175
She would have
bitch.
replayed her live from 5 years ago about it.
Yes. Talk about she seeing you coming from a mount, girl.
And ended it with a Substack post.
Girl. She made my little voice memos look like cute little snarks. Girl, she 18, baby, she cusses and complains for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I said, damn. But one of the things that I realized from sitting in her live streams, seeing the people that be in her live streams and knowing them, because she don't pay them people no attention. I don't know how to act online. And so I'll be like connecting shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to, let nobody tell me how to act on no internet. Invite people to lunch. You can't do that. This is the internet. These are weirdos. Okay. Well, some of them ain't. Right. What you want me to do? So, because I know how her heaviest hitters actually are, she was like, uh, telling me her things about her things. And I was like, yo, people be embarrassing you, girl. I was like, I'm with you. But these people be in my live streams talking about they've been following your content for years. And there is no fruit. And I was like, you need to either tell them to stop doing that. You need to stop telling them. You need to tell them to stop talking about coming in there as them, speaking on you, because they make it seem like your work is fruitless. And I know you don't want it to be that. I know you don't want it to be that your work is fruitless because you want to change the world. But I pay extra special attention to my live streams and her live streams that week, and I realized there is a very large group of people, y'all. And maybe you know this. Again, I'm still learning. There's a very large group of people that only engage with this kind of content because they like hearing women be talked to a specific type of way. Right. Like I am loud and rambunctious. And I can, my mom used to say, talk hard to people. But what people who understand what's going on here is if I wanted to shut the girl, I can't. I'm yelling in my Substacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just loud and passionate, and that's what you get. But some people it was some girls masturbating to that damn, not literally, but to that live stream where I cussed that girl head off her shoulders in front of everybody. Oh my God. Oh, you embarrassed me. You embarrassed me. You embarrassed me. You embarrassing me. Now what? But they like sitting up listening to that. And on the in 1 minute is I need to do this. It's a shame king. I need to. And on the one hand, they like, oh, this is for me. This is for me. I need this. And then in the next breath, dog piling. And that's why I feel ever since I learned that, you notice that I go live much less, and a lot of it has to do with I don't want to help you with this. Go find somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be the voice you use to bang people around. Because that's what they do to KSC. She cusses. She from New York. She got edge. They use her to bang other women around. It's actually rooted in their trauma. Their parents spoke to them like that, and so does the men in their lives. You're reading, girl. You're reading. Because the one who had to get her head cussed off her shoulders in front of everybody, they treat her like garbage at her family home. Abuse is part of the day, is a part of is a part of the day and almost expected. Ugh. Anyway, um, I don't appreciate that, and I don't know how to. I need a some kind of detector for that. And the only detector there is goddamn conversation and lived experience. And then let's move on. So that's a distraction. That's why I'm just like, it's nothing we can do, y'all. Keep your head on a swivel. This is why I said that the other day. Just keep your head on a swivel. Because as much as I would like to be able to get in the way of all of the ick that you would experience in this endeavor, it's too many of us. And I'm being bamboozled myself. And it's just like I can't pay attention to my blind spots and yours. Just listen to the things we discussing. Ooh, I like when she come in here talking like Yoda. Um, just keep your head on a swivel. Everything I was saying the other day was real. I can talk to more people in a voice memo than I can in a book club meeting because everybody can't make the book club meetings. But I wish I could. But again, if we all at work, we gathering our tools and we sharpening them. And so anyway, um this whole thing is about belonging and individuation. So there are some people who leave the Patreon because we'll discuss the last person who emailed me to let me know they was leaving. She said it was because she feels like she has to perform for us. When she came into the book club meeting, we greeted her and then we got to it. She wanted us to kind of we at work. You not at work? You should be, girl, you getting caught up. And so I was like, I can understand why you would think that I can understand why you would expect this. But a lot of book clubs don't even require you to read the damn book. What? What the fuck they be talking about? What do they be talking about?
It's so disappointing because it's like, well, what's the point then? If that's we're supposed to be doing that, because it'd be like, everybody. I've been in a lot of them. Oh, I didn't get a chance to read it. Oh, I didn't get to it. Oh, I didn't have time, and so nobody read, and
Oh my
then
God.
it's not even about the damn book.
What do it be
Or if the
about?
leader read it, then they're just going to talk about, what they got out of it, but it's like it's not a real discussion.
That is not fair. That's let's do this. Let's switch gears here. When I was having dinner parties, I was studying the art of gathering. Is I study people and I study gatherings. That's why I think Dr. Estes' work means so much to me because I have that. When I read that introduction, I was like, um, when I go into parties, rooms, relationships, whatever's connection is lost art. And that I think is what's keeping us from us and each other. Because we could spend with this one of the issues, one of the things that happened, we had a duo in this endeavor who was spending a lot of time together. And one thought they were building a friendship, and the other one was stepping on her because she was headed somewhere. And she's so busy having a wonderful time and trying to connect and trying to be friends and trying to do the things that she's learning. She don't realize she's being stepped on. And she's ignoring the red flags because she's trying to let herself have friendship. But she gets actively stepped on. And the stepping on is leading to nowhere because that is not how to get anywhere in this endeavor. It's stepping on somebody. It's through. It's through. It's not over. It's not under a door like poison slowly. It's through. But when I think about why she would have to do that, it would be because she can't get it integrally. And so if you can't take yourself, you can't get where you want to go using you, you're gonna make a mess. Anyway, I didn't get off the subject. We talking about chapter 6, we talking about belonging, we talking about individuation. I wanted to make my point. Um,
May I
please,
interject?
please.
What comes to mind when you say that? I'm going to say it again. When you show up as your authentic self, you'll attract those who can see you.
Yes.
You'll attract. You say you a zebra and you trying to show up like a giraffe. Well, just show up like a zebra,
Mhm.
because you a zebra already. So the other zebras know you, and you'll find your other tribe.
Yep.
So when you have people like that, they like to use another person's authenticity, another person's identity, and try to adapt it as their own to basically come up.
Mhm.
And that's Atlanta. I learned that a lot. So I learned a lot being here in
A lot of
Atlanta.
people say that about
Okay.
Atlanta.
I learned a whole lot. So the stuff I be dropping and sharing is from experience. I've driven home from work with tears in my eyes being around Black women. I never thought I would experience it until I experienced it. So I learned to show up as my authentic self. I'm still learning
Mm-hmm.
because I often would mask and
Yeah.
feeling the need to not show up as myself because some people say it's too much. Some may say, oh, she look crazy. You know, when I was plus size, I was the funny fat girl, but cute for a big girl. And as I lost weight, people stopped talking to me because then, well, you actually can see my face now. And I do have a sense of humor. And yeah, I'm smart as fuck. And no, I'm not going to change that shit. Because before is I'm funny, I'm smart, I'm cute for a big girl. Well, I'm funny and smart and cute as I'm slimming down, you know. But so what is it? Because I didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have I gained more confidence? Absolutely. Can you tell me shit? No, because I know myself. However, I also understand and have encountered when I do show up as myself, like, and I'll give an example. There is a women's group on Facebook. It started off online that I'm a part of. It's called Friends on the South Side, and I can tell you there has been like genuine connections. It is for women to do just as we're doing. However, it doesn't involve doing the work. Hang on
Hold on.
real quick. My daughter calling me from the other room. Yes.
You want to call us back?
Uh,
You want to call us
all
back?
right. Thank you.
Oh, that was
Bye.
quick.
Okay. Take the cookies out.
Oh yes, please.
All right. Bye. All right. Bye. So sorry, honey. My baby was telling me my food is done. And she put some cookies in the oven for me too. So
Okay.
but yeah, so what we would do, because it the we would meet online and then we have events outside offline, like we actually go outside and gather together, do karaoke,
Mm-hmm.
go play pool, do just go around. That we even now travel together. Now I haven't traveled with them because I can't trust my kids being home by themselves.
Oh,
So
what they
yeah,
gonna do?
they one don't want the other telling them what to do.
Oh,
You
okay, they gonna be
know,
jacking.
we got two bosses in here, okay? So yeah, two Scorpios, okay?
Oh, oh.
So but yeah, so but you know, we get together and do those things. And one of the things that I have observed is like when I show up and I just work a room. And we get invited places because the person who organized it, she is very known here. And so we get invited places. She has a lot of connections. So we get invited to different places. And I like to just work a room. I'm going to show up myself and I just work the room. And because I'm Gemini presenting, that's my Gemini rising, not rising, ascending with is Gemini ascending. So
Right.
on the outside, Gemini ascending is how you present. And so on the outside, I present like I'm very sociable, very pleasant because I can talk to somebody ear off, but that's just part of who I am. So I can work a room, and that's what I do. I just go in and work a room. I introduce myself. One of the things that I've noticed is that when you're showing up just being you, because this is just what I do here, they want to know one, uh they don't want to know who you are, but they want to know what you do. They want to go and lurk on your social media to see if you got a following, um or try to get to know who you know, to see if you're someone they can use
Yep.
essentially. Okay. So when you're talking about the young lady trying to step on the other person's back,
That's
that
what it sounds
happens a
like.
lot.
That sounds exactly like what happened to her.
That happens a lot here. Even that group
Damn.
that I told you I was in,
Mm-hmm.
that and I will not say the name because they're very active. I started identifying some things. I noticed that the person who created the group, the movement, as they like to call it, they would when new people would come in, they like to go and check their social medias. And I there was a thing that happened where there was another guy that joined the group. We had all these different personalities. Now, because I have a history with uh, one who was highly narcissistic, so much to the point that I had to study narcissism, and that led me down the rabbit hole of the dark triad, and that's how I learned about the dark triad. And then I learned how to identify these behavior patterns and how to recognize them in people. So essentially, they're both the same. One is Machiavellian, the other is more, he gave me, he I got I didn't want him anywhere around me. I didn't even want him to know in where I stayed. So one is Machiavellian, has some more Machiavellian traits, and that's the person who organized it. Machiavellians like to have other people do the dirty work. You know, they want to send other people to do the work, and he gets all the credit and all the glory, but then tell people, oh no, this ain't a me thing, this is a we thing. But you all we see. Everybody only see your face. While you got people who do web design, designing your web pages. You got people who good at creating different platforms using AI. You got people who got bringing all of their skills and resources. You want them to volunteer it. They get no compensation. However, everything you benefit from. Now, the other guy that joined in, he had over 30,000 followers on Instagram, and he has a large following on TikTok. And he can easily create a whole new page and grow another following just like that. And he did. Well, even though, because they're both alike, and you know, people who have the same traits don't like each other. Okay. The the founder tried to use him. He saw his shit, and he would be, because we had a whole app we would chat in. He says, if someone is not contributing and pulling their weight, how does one remove them? Is it a what do you say? Do we take a vote? Do we all vote them out? You know, because he's talking about the founder, all right, who ain't pulling his weight, but got everybody else doing. He come in peeping shit, but then he also come in trying to kick him out so he can take charge. I identify these things. So I'm like, something's real strange about him. I don't want him to even know where I stay. This man stay all the way up in Gwinnett County, but want to come down to Henry County. Well, we have little hyper local food systems where we would kind of have little events, you know, garden parties, things like that, you know. And he's like, oh, I'm part of the Henry County Stockbridge one. No, it's to come and sniff out, because I sniff the predator in him. Okay. So he wants to come and see, first, want to see, and then see who he can take advantage of easily. Okay. So, then I had another experience. Oh shit, I lost it. It was on the tip of my tongue, you know. So, but going back to seeing all the behavior patterns in people, um, you it'll come back to me as I continue to talk. But I've experienced a lot where they want to only associate with you because of your image and how you present, because they don't have an identity for themselves. So they don't know how to show up authentically, but they like yours. Now, when I'm out and I'm working a room, I'm out and I'm working a room. And so people attract to what I present. not knowing. I have social anxiety, but you won't even know it.
Yeah.
However, I work a room and I show up for myself, but I also pep talk myself like, you in here with your ass out and titties out. You better rock it boldly. You know, that's
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
yeah, that's what I tell myself. So but yes, and they do benefit from being associated. I experienced it a lot, and I'm just showing up as myself. But going back to showing up as yourself, you will attract those who are meant to be in your life when you just show up as yourself. Um, Atlanta's a different arena,
But
though.
do this then.
Hmm.
What how would you recommend figuring that part out? Like, because even like when I'm in one-on-ones with young ones, it's like, well, what do you mean by myself? Like, this is me.
Hmm.
It's like, no, this is a persona, very
Hmm.
obviously. They
Hmm.
don't even know what to wash off. They don't even
Hmm.
know and what to do, how to read, like how to individuate, like how
Hmm.
to, what would you say? What would you say?
Well, one, I would ask someone if they were trying to figure out what is their real identity is. Who are you when you're by yourself? You know, who are you when you're by yourself? Because I'm gonna
Now,
tell you,
some
when I'm by
people,
myself,
did you grow up religious?
I did. Uh huh.
You remember how they always be like, you better not shout, you better not cry, you better not some. I'm telling you why Jesus is coming to town.
Hmm.
What is it? You better not shout, you better
Yeah.
not cry. That's good. They always like he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you'll be
Uh
bad
huh.
and good, so be good for goodness sake. I'm saying all these things to say that a lot of people perform even when they're alone
Mm.
because Jesus is watching.
Mm, mm, mm.
You think so?
I know so. I know. They spend
Oh.
their whole lives thinking they're under surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you never get a chance to explore your aloneness
Mm-hmm.
because you know you better not shout, you better not cry. You can't even cry. You can't feel, you can't rage
Mm-hmm.
out, you can't feel your
Mm-hmm.
feelings authentically, you
Okay.
can't tell
You
yourself the
can't
truth of the
masturbate.
you can't masturbate now.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Now what?
I don't. Okay, so I don't want to say there's no hope for them. I'm not going to say that. uh, yeah, I don't want to say that, but they have to do their work, and unfortunately, you can't allow yourself to be attached to them. If you identify that, that's not someone you can go in and say if you are not the savior. I know we want to reach out and save everybody, but with the moment you recognize it, that's for you to recognize, and you got to understand that you can't change them, and you just go on your way. You have to accept that.
So like
However, if you recognize it,
if we was
that's for
able
you to see.
to make a new human from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
where there's no trauma, there's no anything to like, because a lot of our alarm bells go off because we've seen the shit before.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the connections we make is because this feels familiar, this looks familiar, I know this, so I'll just attach to this because I know what to do over here.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if you feel like, let me go back to what we was originally saying. Do you feel like if you spent your whole life under surveillance,
Mm-hmm.
once you get to a certain point, individuation is hard? Individuation is impossible?
Okay, so coming from a religious family, I got all these damn bishops and stuff. That's why I kind of ran the opposite way. And plus, I used to tell on people,
I
the
know that's
predators, the predators. So because the family protected the predators, it was easier to just outcast me,
yeah.
and so I spent a lot of time alone. You
Mhm.
know, so I watched the family functions from the outside until I began to find, people and just put. I'll be over here. Oh, y'all having a Christmas party? I'm coming over too. So um but not my family. I find strangers to become
Right,
my family.
right.
Okay. So, but growing up religious, okay, before I deconstructed, I understand the not being yourself part. We have to be put together, okay? We have to present this way. Um, I don't think for me, I ever thought though I have to be a certain way because God watching. I had a little bit more of a rebellion.
Okay.
Um, but I understand where you're coming from
Mm-hmm.
because part of me also, I think for me, that's where shame come in
Mm-hmm.
because I know all the shit I'm doing,
Yeah.
but that's where you start carrying that shame.
Lee, you all
Um,
right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine. She's speaking my story.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
That's what I want to talk to next, Lee. Is
Okay.
I want to know
Yeah.
what you think about the being under surveillance,
Mm,
how to individuate after
yeah.
being under surveillance your whole life.
Hmm. Yeah, that's where the shame comes in because I was more rebellious. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do what I'm going to do, but I was more of the on the rebellious side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get your internalized shame. And I had to, when going in, having just being isolated, of course, through the being outcasted
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and isolated over a period of time, you begin to grow comfortable in your isolation. And if you want to heal and not carry a bitterness or anger because of it, or make yourself out to be a forever victim, you work on yourself. Okay. And you run towards that shit no matter how uncomfortable it is. And you slowly begin to break free from it. And then you get to a point where I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm as long as I'm doing so from a healthy perspective or point, I ain't hurt nobody. But if I see something a little off, I may not tell you up front. I may have to even wait because some things ain't for me to go shouting from the rooftop. It's for me to see to move around. However, going back to your original question, you have to seek that your own individuality.
Explore.
You got to want that for yourself. That's where curiosity comes in. Have you not allowed yourself to be curious about the
Probably
world and
not,
the
because
people in
they
it?
don't allow curiosity over there.
Yes. And unfortunately, we cannot save them.
But we gonna try.
No, absolutely not. I was having a conversation with Claude AI about saving people. You cannot save them
I
because
don't
there's
mean
something
literally. I just
wrong.
mean give them the information that they need in order to
Nope.
maybe
They got to seek it for themselves because
seek
they're
it
going
for
to make you
themselves.
out the problem.
Okay.
You're going to be the problem and
Okay.
you're going to be the issue when you're trying to feed them a little something on the platter. Like, your child is. You're going to be the issue then. You're going
Okay.
to become the problem.
You're right.
Ask me how I know.
I mean I know you know because you've been there.
Because then they're gonna be like, you too good, you think you all this, and they make you out to be the problem. So when you see it, you move around.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
That
yield the
was
floor so other
good.
people.
Thank you. Okay. Magical Powers got a word for us. I know she do.
I was just gonna follow up on what you were just saying about not being able to help those people and hearkening back to what I said a little bit earlier about people who want to outsource their personal needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's if they don't want to do the things that's required for them to figure out who they are and they want
Mm-hmm.
you to do it
Yeah.
or they want you to do the legwork, that is
Mm-hmm.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Are you open to seeing having friends that you can see their blind spots and you can have a conversation about the blind spots? And
Yeah, you
okay.
have to be able to do that, but caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but they have to be aware that what they need to do
Mm-hmm.
about said blind spot. That if they're showing me that they're actively aware and addressing it,
Mm-hmm.
even better. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to figure that out sometimes. It does take a little time. Um, but I wanted to share that two of my friendships that have been one is very new. We just met last year. And I think I might have shared, I don't remember I shared this before, but she was in a really bad relationship when I met her. And I just straight up told her, like after we had been friends for like a few months, and
Mm-hmm.
she had told me when she like told me the stuff that really like let me know she was in some terrible mess. I was like, look, you, she knew she needed to get out of it. She knew it wasn't good, but she had no urgency. And I was like, girlfriend, your house is on fire. Act like the house is on fire because it is. Get the fuck out as soon as
Please.
possible, if not sooner. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah. And because she also has a child and she was living with this man. And I was like, get the fuck out. And with love, and she's like, thank you for saying that. She wasn't defensive. I felt comfortable telling her because even though she didn't seem to really get it until I like laid it out for her, she was still willing to listen. And then even when I shared it, she didn't like get defensive and just shut me down. She like listened and was like, you know, I'm gonna think about that. And what clued me into where she was mentally is she was sharing stuff about her parents and how they did those same things, those manipulative gaslighting behaviors that she was accepting from her partner. And I was like, oh, girl. Mm. And I shared the things that I observed. I was like, if I could just be frank, this is what I see. And so that was early December. By late February, she was out, got in place. Her and her kid got out, got their own place. She got a new job. Everything's going great. And for a minute, I kind of felt like I didn't want to be the savior in the relationship. So I told her, because like when we would talk after that, it was always like, well, first I was like, so how's everything going? Because she didn't update me for a while and I was scared. I'm like, what's going on? But she's like, oh no, this is it. This is the date. I'm looking at play. I just wanted to see if she was gonna do something. And she did. But after a while, I was like, we don't have to keep talking about this. I really don't want to. I don't want you to feel like when you see me, we have to talk about this Negro in this relationship. Please don't. I want that to be in the past. You did a great thing. You did a good job. You stood up, you handled your business, you listened, and it was great. But we don't have to keep talking about that. And she was cool with that. But then I was starting to wonder, like, I wonder if our relationship is going to change because she got this great thing and now like then because maybe she sees me as a person that's my role. And I was concerned about it. I'm not gonna lie. And it had been difficult for us to like find time to spend together more on her side because she's got, a child, a job, all that, and I don't. But she was still trying to make the effort. She was following up with me. And I had asked her for a favor one day, but she was not feeling well. But she was still willing to do it. I said, no, I'm not going to ask you to do that. You're not feeling well. Stay in the bed. I'm not. No, 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 no. And fast forward, she was like, let's do something. I'm going to come pick you up. I want you to see my place. You haven't seen my place yet. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So she picked me up. It was Taco Tuesday at her house. So she made tacos, which was nice. And we got to talk. And I'm looking for a job. And she actually helps place people in jobs for her job. And so when I got a better understanding of what she does, she like was willing to help me and like really help me. Because people will promise me help and they don't, and I just don't like asking because I'm like, look, if you're gonna do it, just please do it. And so it just so happened the job I'm interested in, she is connected to one of the executive directors, two executive directors. And she's like, I actually have to follow up with her so I can actually like mention you when I do that. I'm like, you would do that? She's like, yeah. I was like, cool, thank you. But not only that, she was like, send me your resume. And I said, well, can you give me feedback on it first? Don't just send it to her because I'm not confident that it's the best it could be, and I want to make sure it's better. She it took her a couple of days because I gave it to her at night. Like a day went by, but then the next day she was like, I didn't forget about you. Send me the posts to go with it. I did that. And within an hour, she sent me back this analysis. She broke it down through, she's like, ATS, you're about 80 to 85% match. But if you do this, and this, you'll be about a 90 to 95% match for the job. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I had to send her a voice note because I was just so grateful because she actually came through for me. And then so I was like, okay, now I feel like this is a reciprocal relationship. But that took months.
You have to have patience for that because you have to need a healthy exchange of care and regard. It takes time. It takes
Absolutely.
dipping. Yeah.
Absolutely. But in the interim, she was reaching out to me because that's my big thing. I was always that person in my friendships. So I don't do it. I'm not saying I don't won't speak to you, but I'm not gonna be running up saying, you okay? How's it going? I'm not gonna be that follow-up person. I'm gonna see if that's naturally your bent. And she has shown me that in the meantime, which is why she was still even around. But her doing that for me really meant something. And I'm like, okay, I know I'm on the right track because the people around me are really coming through. And then the other friend, I was having some really icky weeks, and I was having a particularly icky day the other day, and just kind of had like a rock, you just at the depths of your dark night of the soul kind of shit, and you having bad thoughts and all kind of stuff. And I mean the worst kind. And I was like, oh shit. So I normally don't talk to people when I'm in that space because I'm like, I don't want to put that ickiness on them. But she just listened to me, and she didn't try to cheer me up. She didn't try to give me advice. She just held the space. And I needed that. I got out of it shortly after. The next day was when I went to my friend's house for Taco Tuesday, and it was a great day. I saw all of these opportunities start popping up that I couldn't otherwise see. And then I thanked her. I was just like, thank you for holding the space. It's not even that you had to do anything, but you were willing to be there. And I know that's uncomfortable to listen to someone that you know is very capable and usually very positive and very proactive have a really shitty moment.
You
And she
think
was like, yeah, go ahead.
you think that? Like you those because you like those you being like that requires you to be able to have days like that where like you can lurk
Absolutely.
around in the fiery pits of the hell of your psyche for 48 hours and
Hmm.
come out refreshed. Like you need to lurk around down there for a little while,
Absolutely.
especially
But
you
people
doing
there, no one
something.
ever gave me permission to
Uh,
like
one
my
of the,
whole life. I could
yeah.
never be mad. I could
Mhm.
never be
Okay.
sad. I could never complain. Like
Mhm.
I didn't have the freedom to
Okay.
live there.
Mhm.
It's like almost I was doing it in
Yeah,
secret
yeah.
and feeling bad
You
about
have to
it.
go with shame. You have to go and
Yes.
hide and be up. That's also you can't really be mad. You better not shout. You better not cry.
That's
You
why I'm
better
mad
not
every day
pout.
about something. I
Mhm.
use my rage daily for
Yeah.
something.
But I was gonna say in this new season of your life where you're doing so many new things and being so vulnerable, that is lurking around in the fiery pits of the hell of your psyche for a little while.
Hmm.
But good for you. I'm happy for you because one of the things that I've been saying lately to the people who have been making connections, um, when we have conversations before or after they leave, they all have these critiques. Like they bring these critiques of themselves out of their old lives. And so it's like, what if I talk too much? And I just be like, this container can hold you. Oh, what if I don't talk enough? This container can hold you. What if I need to go off and take a break because I'm tired and overwhelmed because of all of the talking and socializing? This container can hold you. And so when it's over, it's like, well, did you need to run off and regroup? And it's like, I actually didn't need to run off and regroup. I was energetic when I left this endeavor, not raggedy. This container can hold you. Did you feel like you talked too much? No, because this container can hold you. The thing that you need to be looking for in the next season of your relationships is, and that's what it seems like in your life, Melinda, is that this new container can hold you. And it is, and that's one of the things that Valerie and I was talking about earlier. It is daunting. One of the things that I will say is whether you get what you want out of life or not, you're gonna be totally stressed out. Because when you get the thing you actually want, it's still stressful. It's still stressful, girl. You still be just as confused and uncomfortable as you would be if nothing was going your way. Just so you know that if you holding the line for anything, Lord help you.
I had one more thing,
Please.
really short, but today it actually happened a few hours ago. My aunt had some health issues. She's been keeping me in the loop, but I've been talking to her a little more over the last couple of weeks. But I called her today because someone she talked to, they misunderstood something and they sent me a message, and I was called her like, what the hell did you tell this person? Because I don't understand. And so she, straightened it out, and but we ended up having a conversation because we hadn't talked in about a week or two. And it was so interesting because her health issue that they thought she had possibly some kind of heart condition, and it is hereditary. My grandmother did have an enlarged heart and died of a heart attack and had a heart transplant. Um, so it does run. They all have heart murmurs, like all the daughters. And so it's an issue. So she was very scared, obviously. But now they're telling her there's nothing wrong. And she's been to two different doctors, but then they were telling her they thought it was stress. And I said, yeah, stress will kill you. And she was saying something about cleaning because she got in a really bad car accident and her health hasn't been the same. So she can't do as much. When I was staying with her when I first moved here, I had to damn near twist her arm to get her to pay people to do her laundry for her because she couldn't do it. She just kept buying new clothes. And I'm like, if you don't call these people to pick up these clothes, well, I don't want them to see my underwear. Lady, let them wash your clothes. So when I was there, I got her, we did that, and she saw how convenient it was and how easy it made her life. So she does it now with no hesitation. I said, see how it's been a year and now it's nothing. But she was saying something about cleaning her house up. Same thing. She doesn't have the energy and the stamina that she used to. She's in her 60s now. And I was saying something to her because she was talking about the baseboards and oh, and I'll be sitting there and I'll be fixating it because I can see the dust and oh my God, and it makes me feel like I'm so nasty. And I'm like, but her house is not, she keeps her house very clean. And I was like, but whose voice is that though? Because that's not your voice. And she kept like, what, who, what? And she was confused for a minute. She's like, well, who? I was like, I don't know the answer. You tell me. I knew the answer, but I still wanted her to get there. And she ended up, it was her mom. I was like, yeah, because your mama taught my mama the same shit. And that had to undo that. And she was like, oh my God. And she had a moment where she started crying. She was like, oh my God, like that just freed me. Because I put so much pressure on myself to do this. And I'm like, yeah, that was not even you. Yeah, that was programming. You were conditioned to accept that as a standard that is like, and how they used to have to get up Saturday morning and clean the house. And, you know, it's not clean enough. She was like, you're supposed to be able to eat off the floors, all that kind of shit. And I was like, yeah, man, that's very unreasonable.
Mm.
And but that's something you've been carrying with you for decades. And we were talking about the body keeps the score and all that stuff. And but it was nice to be able to have that conversation with her because my mother, I can't have it with my mother. That's why I don't talk to her.
Mhm.
And my other aunt is just so belligerent and just off the rail. She's unhinged. I don't talk to her at all either. So it's like it's really nice to know that she can still learn that and
Mhm.
she's not being not like not letting her age keep her from feeling like she can learn new things. And so I like share some stuff with her and we had a really good conversation. We ended up talking for a long time, but it was nice because I still have at least that one family connection. She's the normal one.
Right.
So we
It's
kind of
always
like
one.
we have each other. But so it's like all of the relationships that and then obviously this group, I didn't say that, but even like when we colored last weekend, I really enjoyed
I
that.
bet that was cute. I hate I missed it.
It was fun, and we had a lot. We talked a lot, and it was really nice to get to know KJ and Brianna. And I'm looking forward to. Sunday. I'm doing cereal and cartoons. So if you want to join,
I,
doing that at noon.
I actually think you and KJ in the same age range. I think I always thought when I got together with her in Dallas, it was after me and you had talked, and I
Hmm.
was like, I think that's somebody you would really hit it off with because
Oh, we had a great
yeah,
conversation. We had a great conversation collectively, and because it
yeah,
was me and KJ at first for a while, and Brianna joined. But
okay.
yeah,
I wasn't trying to leave
absolutely.
you out, Brianna.
No, but she was KJ was at work, so I was like helping her through her work day.
Y'all was body doubling.
But yeah, basically.
I did want to say though, if we are having a conversation, I do still want to talk to you about the watchful eye. But one of the things I did want to talk about was if you are or when we are having conversations with young ones about like the beginning stages of individuation, I do think from what Melinda is saying, I think if we could offer them a gentle, firm hand on the shoulder, it would begin with unlearning. And I think that's why I like this work because I like unlearning things with other women. I realize, and so like being able to acknowledge your enjoyment, like being able to acknowledge yourself, be with yourself, allow yourself to have your enjoyment. Like I'm actually having fun. I actually like this person. And while we talking about liking for just 1 second, it's 13 of us in here. Be willing to like somebody without being worried about if they like you back. Because you won't even allow yourself to like somebody because you don't know if they like you. And just let yourself like folks. It's vulnerable, but you need to know what in people you like. If you like her because she make you laugh, if you like her because she always look pretty, if you like her because she's smart, if you like her because every time you talk to her, she teach you something, you need to be able to acknowledge that you like people so you can now do a scan for what you like. And do not steal their personality or they damn judge. Just like that they got a fancy judge of their own and maybe go out and get you your own fancy little old judge. Do it mean going to every TJ Maxx and Akira and dealers until you find an outfit that you like? I like billowy sleeves. Maybe you didn't know you like billowy sleeves. You had to try on 16 different styles of shirts. And the one with the billowy sleeves keep coming to you in your dreams. Now you know you like billowy sleeves. Now you can go from Nordstrom Rack to Target. Don't go to Target. Walmart. They have good fashions for you Banana Republic sisters. Go around there, you anthropology sisters, and hit that Walmart. But it is a lot of trial and error, exploration, testing of the things. It is trying on clothes. It is buying a lipstick you hate. Take it back. I keep telling y'all with the beauty products. With the beauty products, it's 13 of us in here. I don't care if it's conditioner, hairspray, foam and pomade by Paul Mitchell. Beauty products, if you do not like it, the only place you can't do that with is the beauty supply. But Sephora, Ulta, Walmart, as Walgreens, get him that shit back. Especially those natural hair products. I get tired of rambling in y'all's cabinet. And it's 75 different natural hair products because you took you 75 different products to find you one you like. If you don't like the way this one twists out, give it back and take your receipt back up there and get him their shit back. Because the distributors, they need to know. They putting the shit out, putting the shit out, putting the shit out because they think y'all like it. Anyway, unlearning, I think, is really, really major. It's really, you can't get nowhere. You can't learn until you unlearn. And that's why I get offended by, you love you some Lenny wide legs. Me too, girl. Ooh, me too. Especially if you like the drawstring or you like the little hook with the zipper. You will let us know.
Likes the drawstring.
You like the drawstring.
Please don't let me have some pockets.
With the pockets. With the pockets. I can take a really good picture of some wide leg linen pants with the pockets. That's a good photo.
So cute.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So yeah, you had to learn it though. You had to learn it. You had to learn it from trying on clothes. Pick, I might like this. I like this color. Do you know your season? Exploring the self is, but I just was wondering because there's a lot of vulnerability that go into exploring yourself. And ask yourself where you learn at it. Yeah, that's what another thing I be saying too is all of the things you don't like about yourself, even if it's like, because this is what I used to do when I did hair. I used to have to close the door and lock it. And like I'm finna say something that's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. And it's like, okay, brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself. This is the last thing you want to hear me say. Okay, you're a liar. Darlena! But I immediately follow it up with somebody taught you this. Find out who it is that taught you how to lie, taught you to build up a life that you have to lie around and through, and deal with that. Instead of being so shamed, you are a goddamn liar. You still worthy of love. Get through it so we can move on. You don't have to lie forever. Just stop lying today. Because I'm still trying, and this is my little speech, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm a halfway decent human being or not. But as somebody that still don't know, I don't want to be around you because I have to lie to myself in order to accommodate you. And I don't like lying to myself. I don't feel it creates stress and for me. And me always being on alert is, girl, we won't even talk about It was hard doing hair and dealing with all them different personalities and people and all of that fuck shit all the time. As me and the girls getting their hair done, it's 25 people that come every week, 50 that come every 2 weeks. That's a lot. And 60 of them shit bags. And it's like, listen, do whatever you want to do. When I open this door bag, do whatever you want to do. But the lying is spilling out all over into your beauty shop appointment. It take you 50 minutes to get your hair blow dried and flat iron. And you terrorizes me and everybody else in that 50 minutes. I can't imagine what it's like out there in this world for you. These people in this beauty shop don't even like you. You can't like yourself. You look beautiful. Anyway, listen, it's just a snarky week. Anybody, let's stop right here. There's 13 of us in here. Anybody got a snark? Since I've been snarking all goddamn week, I can't hardly stand myself. Please, anybody else got a snark?
Sorry, I got one.
Okay.
I've been rage filled today since last night. I still got it in me. But because I was working late, I hadn't gotten a chance to go out to my garden to pound some soil.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday, I was going to pick up my daughter from work, my oldest. People have a tendency to try to go into restaurants when they're getting ready to close. Thank you, dear. When they're getting ready to close and want to sit and dine in. So there was. I'm going to first tell from my perspective when I pulled up. I'm waiting. My daughter normally gets off at 8. It's like 8:20. I'm just sitting in my car, I'm listening to some lady on TikTok. I'm just scrolling away. About 8:13, there was this old white couple that left out. The restaurant closes at 8. And then about 8:19, I see my daughter come out the door with tears starting to stream down her face. She speed walks out, gets in the car, slams the door, and just cries. Ha, 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 ha. I hate white people. They're so entitled. They feel like they can come in like they own everything. And I'm like, hold, because now, when she got in and just let everything out, I had my seatbelt on. I started taking my seatbelt off, like, you better tell me something. Because she just starts coming in the car, start crying first. I'm like, you better tell me something. What the? Then she starts telling me now, I hate white people. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Because I've ripped. I'm thinking, I'm snatching off my seatbelt. I'm like, who ass I gotta be? So I'm like, calm down now, because with my daughter, now I don't know if I shared this. My oldest is on the spectrum. So when dealing with her, and when she's in her emotions, she's very high energy and it's going. And because I absorb everybody's energy, I'm going like this too, because she got it from me. So I'm like this too. I'm like, hey, so that's why I'm ready to snatch my seatbelt off. But she's telling me what's happening now while she's crying. And I'm trying to help her regulate, So she gets in the car. She tells me how first she's like telling me how she hate white people. They feel like they're so entitled, like they own everything. It was an old white couple sitting in the dining. My job is to clean the diner, and she's crying the whole time she's telling me this, because I'm like, what's going on? And she's crying. So she was like, my job is to clean the diner, wipe down the tables, and vacuum the floor. She works at Chicken Salad Chicks, that old unseasoned chicken salad. So she went over. There were two tables that had people sitting in them. One was two Black women. And then of course the old white couple. Old white folks are the worst. I'm sorry. I'm not prejudiced. I got mixed nieces and nephews, and I actually like one of their mothers. So, however, Um, I don't do old white folks. They bring the back in the day with them. But she said she stopped at that table first, and she said, "Excuse me, I just want to let you know that we close at 8." Just like that, okay? It's 8 o'clock already. And then she went over to the table with the two black women. "Excuse me, I just want to let you know we close at 8." And the two black women were like, "Oh, and this is her telling me what they were saying." She was like, she said the black women were like, "Oh, we're not doing nothing. We just sitting here talking. We're gonna get on out your way. Have a good day." They got their things, cleaned up their table, and they headed on out. Old white couple, 8:15. They still sitting there. She said the whole time she's cleaning the tables and vacuuming, they're staring her down, mugging her. Now, one thing I love about my oldest, one thing I will say, she knows herself. All right. And if you know Scorpios, especially, she's a Halloween baby. She gets her get back, and it be real nice too. I'm like, girl, that's a good one. She gets her get back, and I'm proud. I could pat myself on the back because she get it from her mama. Yeah. So they staring her down while she vacuuming. She said she's staring them down. You know, they staring her down. She's staring them down. So as she see the man gets up, throws his things away, he told her manager that she told him to get out. And now another thing, my daughter hate liars. More importantly, she hate people that lie on her. When you lie on her, like her meltdowns, you think she's crying because she's hurt. She's crying because she is angry, and she hates liars with a passion. So, whole time now I'm calm because we feed off each other energy. Me and my oldest, our family therapist will call us the twins, literally, because we feed off each other energy and stuff. So I'm like, I worked on myself more often, so I learned how to regulate. So I gotta be calm. And so I'm like, I'm telling her to calm down. She's like, "No, don't tell me to calm down." She was like, "I'm hurt, I'm angry," and she's like, "I want to feel what I'm feeling." I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Hey, she
Go
said
ahead.
she want to feel.
She
She
want to
want to
feel what
feel
she's
it.
feeling. Yeah,
That's
because
good.
I was telling her that you have to get used to this because you were born in this world with black skin. And she was like, "Well, I know this, but I want to feel how I want to feel right now. And I want to feel what I'm feeling right now because right now this hurts and I'm angry and I don't like white people." And I'm like, "Okay, you're right. Go ahead and feel." And she was like, "And I'm hungry. I didn't get a chance to eat." She said, "And then this earlier today, this old nasty white lady came and said my fucking food isn't right." She was like, she don't even know how to talk to people. I can't stand white people. And she just letting it all out.
Do you
And
let her
I was
cook?
like, so I said, "Okay, you where you want to get something to eat from?" "I
Right.
don't want to eat right now."
Oh, she hungry, but she don't want to eat right now.
She's
Do
so
you let her
angry.
cuss?
Yeah, I let
Okay.
them both us,
I like.
So
I
now
listen.
look,
I am.
she just added a new word to her vocabulary. She added nigga to the vocabulary, but the way she say it, because my baby is proper, she be
Uh-huh.
like, "I can't stand niggas sometimes." She said
Oh,
niggas. Like,
okay.
and
She.
now she did it for me because, like,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'll be somewhere. Please don't judge me, y'all, because sometimes our people be acting right. I love us,
Yes.
but like sometimes our people be like, "God damn,
So she
I
getting
can't
her
stand
egg.
niggas."
She
That's
getting
why I
her.
be like,
Did you get that from somewhere?
she got it from me.
Um, she's getting her edge.
Yeah, yeah,
It's early for
yeah,
that. She's doing well. It's early
yeah.
for
My
edge.
baby knows herself. Okay,
Mhm.
when I tell you, she goes out, she dresses how she want to dress,
Mhm.
and I don't stop her from doing that. Okay, because this is her personality.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so I let her go ahead and get it out. Now, after she calmed down a little bit and got it out, I was like, well, you know,
you came in the car crying like that. I was trying to know who ass I got to get out and go beat. I like, you got to calm down. She's like, I'm sorry. Because after she talked, she was like, I'm sorry for getting in the car like this. I know that's why you was kind of up, riled up too, because I got in the car like this. I was like, yeah, because I was taking off my seatbelt. I got to know who ass I gotta go and beat. You coming in the car like this. And so she was like, I know, I'm sorry. And she could calm down. And I was like, did you want to stop something to eat? You want me to, what you want to do? So I stopped at the Kroger. Now, I've contained myself.
Right.
I'm slowly fuming. So I get home, I pull in the garage, she gets out the car. I sit in the car in the garage. If you know, sitting in the car in the garage when you pull in, that's where you go, yes, to process a bunch of shit right in there. Oh, I'm talking about her allowing the rate. Well, I process a lot of shit in the garage. I sit there.
I call it office hours.
Yes. If you know, sitting in the garage, just sitting there. Yeah. So as I sit there, I slowly just begin to fume as I am replaying what my daughter said. Now, I know it's more things from the shit I've been seeing all online and all this shit with this current administration, got these white folks feeling emboldened. And I'm real sick of it. And this here really it hurts and it angers me. And there was multiple things going. It's like she's about to go off to school to a PWI, and I can't protect her. So I'm experiencing a lot of many different emotions. I'm like, I can't protect her. I can't shield her. I know the world she's going off into. So we got this. Then these folks, you're going to encounter more of them. I'm angry, I'm fuming. It's a combination of emotions. And I just start screaming and crying and screaming. And I just said, Mother, I'm angry. I was fucking angry. I'm sorry if I burst your eardrums, but I am fucking angry. And I just cry. I've been crying off and on all day today. I would be in the middle of working and just break down fucking crying. And this is what I'm feeling: rage. It's anger. It's pain. It's all the things. It's her going off and I can't protect her, but I have to allow her to use her own legs. She can no longer come up and crutch on to me. I gotta let her use her legs now, to feel and learn for herself. So it hurt. So I was so angry. I was told myself, I see why some people, after some shit is really done to them, they go and take it out on everybody that look like them. Anybody that remind them of the experience, they will take it out. Let me put my thing on the charger. They will take it out on them. But I'm like, now I ain't gonna lie, I did curse them. She told me that they come in there at least 3 times out of the week. And they always over across the street at Piedmont Hearing Hospital. There are patients there. And I ain't gonna lie, because one thing I have learned about myself, because I sit with me a lot, is when I speak something and there is anger or pain behind it, it happens. And yeah, I did curse them to death, Melinda. I damn sure did. I prayed that they die slow. And think of all the people that they done trespassed against. Because this ain't the first time they did it. They old. So they done did some wicked shit. Old white men did some wicked ass shit. It's them old white men and them old white women that be even worse. I done heard some of their shit. And I know. Yes, I cursed their ass. I was just in here. I raged cleaned. I was up to about, it was about, I swear it had to be about 12:30 last night, cleaning. So when I'm angry or when I'm hurting, I am cleaning. And the whole time I'm speaking, I said, my ancestors used to say, pray for their asses. Well, praying ain't goddamn work. It's time to start cursing these asses. And I said, the same way Leisha said, we got to start shooting these niggas. We got to start cursing these crackers. So I was damn angry. and I'm still full of rage. And I needed to take this out. But I had to work late and I needed to get to the garden. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be outside with my action hoe up there taking some weeds out and get my garden hoe and turning over beds, pounding the soil. Because I gotta get it out.
Don't leave it.
Cause yeah, and I even went because I was so angry. I started like I went to my daughter's room. It was about 10:30 then, because she doing the voice memo. This is how she kind of gets her frustration and stuff out. She do the voice memo. And so I knock on the door, open the door. Hey, you, when next time you experience something like that, I said, you don't back down. You give them a piece of your mind. You curse their ass. I said, there's no way we pray to the same God. There is no way we worship the same God. There is no way. I said, no, no, there is no way we were created by the same God. I don't even know if no, this ain't the same God. It's not. I said it's not. My God is mother. I look at my God as she, as her, as mother. Um, and when I think of that, like I don't think of this here creation, such hatred, such fuming, and you don't because of skin color. Okay. So there's no way. I said we start cursing them. Back in the day, our ancestors say pray for them. Well, praying ain't work. Ain't no turning the other cheek either, because that's why they feel so comfortable doing this shit. Because we prayed and turned our goddamn cheeks, and we spent too much goddamn time on our knees, and they didn't want us practicing what the fuck we used to practice all the damn time, because it scared their asses, and so they kept that shit together. So we got to start back cursing their asses. And yes, I'm still hurt. I'm still angry. My eyes were so poofy today because I was just crying. I had to get my tissue wet wipes.
Are you crying from worry? Are you crying? But I know you
It's a
rage feel, but she
combination.
getting ready to go.
It's their experience or what she experienced, and just the impact of it, and then all the shit we see. Yes, the Nolan Well shit. Then all the other shit. The combination. But what makes it even big is because this happened to my child.
Right.
And this changes how she views others.
Yeah.
And it hurts that she had to experience this. Because as a mom, you want to shield them and protect them from all the things out here in the world. I couldn't shield her and protect her with that. I couldn't. You feel helpless because you can't protect them with this shit.
That's why I regret. That's my biggest regret. That's the only. That's like. That's why I tell black women, and I please excuse me, but I tell black women don't have kids.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
like you can hold your power if you ain't got no people for them to abuse and use them against you. Because they gonna always use our kids against us. And when I heard KSC talk about this, I felt seen and heard because white girls do what you want, whatever, whatever. But black women, one day your child gonna wake up and realize they black in America, and you can't undo that. You can love them to the ground. You can give them all the privileges in the world. You can make them as brilliant and as educated and as talented and as blah blah blah. One day they're gonna find out that they are what it means to be black in America, and it is a very heartbreaking experience. And you will spend the rest of the time, which I feel like is what you're experiencing, dreading them having to go into the woods and face Baba Yaga in one way or another.
Yeah. And the thing is, and both of my girls know this, I even told myself this today, because I was really ready to get out and go jump out the car and be somebody ass. I don't know who ass I was going to be, but I was going to be somebody ass. And if I would have known it was that little white couple that got out of here, they would have got a piece of my mind. They would have been having been called a slave pussy eating, apple juice drinking ass motherfuckers.
Oh, Lord.
Because they would have got a good cussing out. Because one thing, I'll pop up that my kids know I pull up, and they know I've got plans in place. If I ever go to jail, here go all the paperwork. These are all my cards, the PIN number. I got bail money. Call this person. I have plans in place for some shit that happens if it happens, because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for my children, even if they're adults, because it's hard for me. You all right? You seeing some things? Oh, it's a fly. But yes, it was really, really hard. And that's why I'm angry, because I can't protect them from this. It's like this experience is like being violated. It literally is. You're being violated. I was literally talking to myself the whole night cleaning. Like this, that to experience something like that, because I've experienced it numerous times. It's like having somebody come and bend you over and rape you, and you are helpless and you can't do shit but take it. Nothing but take it. Sorry, I trigger. I should have said trigger warning. But that's what that's like. Not to not to say is apples and oranges, but the effect. It's violating, and then you have to live with it.
Can't do
You
anything
have
about
to
it.
live with it.
Can't do anything about it. This land is their land.
Yeah.
And you are
And
visiting.
so
And be respectful.
yeah.
You're a guest here.
So oh, and then I was also told them, because I was standing in their hallway. Their rooms are across each other, and I was talking to both of them. And I said, and when you walking somewhere, don't you get over. Keep walking. Don't even give a little piercing, to make them feel comfortable. Mug they has the whole goddamn time, because no, don't even do that. No.
Do
I
you
was
think
just
do
angry.
you think when she leaves the nest that she'll be ready, or you think the experiences that she has is gonna have to make her ready? Do you think she gonna be ready? Because I know it's a lot of anxiety. She leaving in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Do you think 18 years with you? You think she armed?
I will say she do handle herself well. Okay. She does. However, because one of the things she expressed, she was like, because she needs her job, she couldn't act or react the way that she wanted to.
Okay.
And I think that there also adds to her anger, because she couldn't
Do anything about
react the way
it.
she wanted to, because she's had to go on off on history teachers. Okay. Yes, ma'am. And she even went up, reported them and everything. Came home, told me about it, and I'm with the shit. So I was like, take this book up there, ask him if he read this. Look, they were here before us. Take this up there. I said, he keep on with this shit, I will be pulling up, and I have my head wrap on, and goddamn and kente cloth. Goddamn it, you go know you got a pro black mama up in here. Okay, I'm with the shit too. So, but how she does it, because my baby's very, very smart. The way she does it, she makes grown folks feel humiliated. She humiliates them. And she does it in a way you have to really think about what she just said. And when it hits you, you're going to feel like so humiliated. And you have no other choice but to just get angry, because you don't have any other recourse. You don't. So out of ego, you just get angry and say any old thing to attempt to harm. That's how she gets even. She plots and plans. So she said, because they come in a few times out of the week, she said next time they'll have something extra in their food.
Oh Lord. Do you so you do think
Yeah.
you think she ready?
Yeah. She
You don't
handles
just
herself.
worry about her because that's just what moms do, they worry, but you
Yeah,
think
we
she ready.
worry. But I know the world that she's going into, and I can't shield. She is ready, but I can't shield. I can't shield.
Nope.
And that's the other thing, because sometimes, like, I'd be willing to put myself out there on the line, of sacrifice myself for them, because I'd be ready to catch a charge. And
Yep.
I was thinking to myself earlier today, I was like, you never know how recovered of a crash out you really are until you're facing the moment where you have to crash out. And you have to decide, do I want to crash out right now? Or do I want to put to use all the shit I done learned? Because I'm a recovering crash out. And even though I'm calm, people say, you're so patient, you're so calm, your voice is so soothing. But my crash out is something else. And I always tell people I present this way because everybody say, you're so kind, you're so sweet, da 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 da. I'm this way because there is a raging beast within, and I've had to work to tame her because I've experienced so much. She has a lot built up, and I be wanting somebody to damn get out and try me the way I be seeing folks getting tried online because I got a lot of shit pinned up.
Oh,
Please
you ready
happen
to
to
roll?
me.
You ready to roll?
Yes, please happen to me. You
Yep.
don't know I've been holding shit in from the age of 7.
Oh, Lord help you.
Huh? So yes,
So that
that
was
was
your
my
snark.
rage.
Okay. Do anybody else got a snark? Anyone else? I want to shoot him. I want to shoot a man like yesterday. Just any old man, or you have a man in mind?
She
We gonna
wants
have
to
to
shoot
track
my
him?
ex-husband.
Okay, she wants to shoot your ex-husband. Is it
Just
I need a
somebody we
man
can
anybody,
too.
chase
any of them.
down?
Just one of them with enough unmitigated gall to think they can just say anything to
Okay.
Hey
anybody.
Kim,
I just like,
please.
Okay.
pow,
Got
shut
one
up.
Hey
for
Kim,
I
you as
just like,
please.
well.
Like
yes.
that one Ludacris song, I feel like slapping a nigga today.
Mm-hmm.
That
Slap, slap.
you just feel like slapping a nigga.
Just to show them. Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's shooting, there's cursing. Anybody got a bow and arrow they need to shoot at somebody? A brick they need to throw through a window. Oh, that's it. All of our hooligans have spoken. There's no one else.
Another
I can't
thing.
even do it. I can't even. I can't
It's
even.
no rage. It's no rage. It's just good news.
Okay.
And um a little touch on like self-doubt.
Okay.
I'm gonna be speaking to myself. I didn't talk to myself about this a million and one times. But if I do this, I know other people do it too because you're never alone in this world and what you're experiencing and thinking and all the things. Um, so I believe I share in. Yes, I did. I share on the Patreon about me getting the interview for a position that I applied for. I took a leap and I applied for a position that was much higher than what I
Yeah.
was used to. Okay. So I'm going to say things this way, and I hope you, the way how I say this and present, I hope it lands in the way that I would like it to, and that you draw encouragement and inspiration from it. Many times when we're looking for jobs, we look for things that we know we can do that fits within that box, that we just fit into comfortably, that we know that we can do as long as it's paying what we want, or just a little bit above it. But we are comfortable there and we never step out and seek the thing that's higher above that. Though we know we can do it, we don't fit in that box fully comfortably. So we become very, very intimidated by it and never apply for it. Well, I applied for it and I was called for an interview.
Okay.
So the interview was this past Tuesday. It went well. Now, was I fully qualified for it? No. Am I fully aware of my capabilities and confident that I have the ability to learn all that there is? Yes. And I sell myself. I prepare for interviews like I'm preparing for an exam. I dig into everything there is to dig into, and then I dig some more. So she liked me. And she even complimented me, gave me 2 other managerial contacts for other things. And she was like, I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no, but we could use you here. And she was like, if you're just willing to work with us, because honey, first of all, it's a new position that they created. It's a hybrid position. And she said, this specific team is funding it. Because I was wondering, why in the hell is the salary so high? So I'm like, I don't want to be in leadership. But the job did not entail management. Okay. But she asked me, she gave me the decision if I wanted to go and do the panel interview. She was like, that's you. Because I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no. And this is the hiring manager. She was like, do you want to do the panel interview? And I said, yes, you know? And so, because even though I didn't have the experience of the specific job, I know the job because I'm certified in it. So, in order to get certified, you got to pass that damn exam. She started off with commending me for passing the certification. I had my cert. So, I'm a certified coder and auditor. And I got my first certification in 2017. It was the inpatient coding certification. And that is the hardest certification for many coders, and many fail. She it I find it to be worse. We have nurses that have taken that certification and say it's worse than the NCLEX. So I took it on the first attempt and passed. And it was on my birthday, best birthday gift I could have given to myself. And she commended me for that because she says, I have auditors on my team who are not certified. And they say they're taking the exam. They took the exam and have yet to pass. And you holding the CCS, she says, I would just want to commend you on that. And I think that there is what held the weight for me, because that says I can do the job. So even though I don't have the experience, I can do the job. And that is what I had to tell myself. Even though I don't have the experience, I can do the job because I know my ability to learn. So in that, and I was sharing how I had learned SQL, which is like a programming language, and then on how I'm learning Tableau. I'm just sharing how I'm into the data analytics and want to take this coding and auditing experience and go into the healthcare data analytics, just sharing the public health background and all of that. So that's when she gave me all the contacts. But she did give me the choice if I wanted to proceed with the next interview. And I said yes. So my next interview is next Thursday. And feel like I'm going to knock it out of the park. But the other part in this, it did come without cold feet. Because 2 days ago, I sat there looking over the job, the salary, and then I got nervous. And I'm like, can I do this? That's when that doubt creeps in. And I'm like, can I do this? They're paying me this much and I ain't even got the experience. And why did they call me for an interview? They didn't have no one more qualified. They didn't have no one more experience. But they called me for the interview. They didn't get anybody else applying for this. They called me for the interview. Let me read something I put in my phone on the 22nd. I'm always putting little memos in here. So here we go, right here. And this is kind of how I manifest too. Because I learned, I know me. I know my words are powerful. My words behind tears, behind rage, behind anger, behind pain, it comes to fruition. Anything I say comes to fruition, especially if I do it and I know it's with intention. No matter the intention, whether it's good or bad, it's going to happen. And everything I say, it comes to pass. So I write things down. I either write it down or I mark it, okay? So I put down the name of the position and the salary. And I wrote, I'm supposed to be here because God is the one who paved the way for me. I believe I'm capable of learning to fulfill the role. I am well equipped. I can learn anything. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am smart and intelligent, and I am enough. I had to motivate myself and work through that because we'll allow doubt to come in and talk us out of some shit. And so I say to you, don't allow that. One, don't go applying for things that you know you can just fit in the box in. Not just, and I'm not just talking about jobs here. I'm talking about everything in life, like putting yourself around people that you can just fit in that box in, that you don't have to stretch yourself because you got to stretch to grow. Okay, you got to be stretched to grow. Just like if you build in muscle, that muscle got to tear before it grows. Okay, so don't go keeping yourself in the box around the people that you just fit in. That is familiar. There's no growth in that area of comfort or familiarity. Familiarity.
Oh, that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Okay. There is no growth there. You got to go to that place where you're uncomfortable in order to grow. And so there's going to be you're going to be very uncomfortable. You're going to be stretched. You're going to be stressed too. But there's growth there. And that's where you elevate. So there it is. And don't allow self-talk, that doubt and negative self-talk talk you out of something that is meant to elevate you. That was something I have to tell myself. And I'm sharing this with you too, because we do this a lot as women, because we're always churning in the brain, wondering what ifs, all of the things. So I hope that you walk away with that. I'm sorry, I know it was long, y'all, and it's late, but yeah,
That's good. We
that's
thank you
it.
for that. That was inspiring. You went cussing. You cussed for 15 minutes and then inspired us.
Yeah, that is. See, well,
A
I
little
it's
yin and a
okay.
little yang.
All right, it's
A
all right.
little
It's
yin
okay.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't we usually only hold it for 2 hours. I'm not gonna ramble on and on. We'll discuss it more. But what this is I if anything, if you it's 12 of us in here, if we are struggling to find ways to individuate, we can begin by unlearning. If you want to discuss unlearning more, you'll let me know. How to unlearn, what to learn. Exploring and unlearning is probably the first stage. I'm gonna write that down um so that I can look more into that. I wanna
Yeah.
anybody have anything else before I'm not I'm gonna write that down. Do anybody have anything else while I'm writing this down?
No, I was just gonna say, as a fellow person who was under the watchful eyes thumb for all of my life, um, a way that I began to individuate, and I'm still in the beginning stages, absolutely,
Mhm.
but it's easier to identify what you don't like than what you
Yeah.
do like in the
Mhm.
beginning. So just is literally just saying what you said is I stopped doing what I didn't like first because
Yeah.
I can identify that quickly. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to read this or pray this or go here or sit there anymore. And when I stopped doing what I didn't like, it allowed my mind to find the things that I did
Mhm.
and continue to do. So when we're talking to women who are learning to individuate and are ready to do so, because again, you cannot tell ones that are under the watchful
Yeah.
eye that they
Yeah.
need to leave until they're ready to leave.
Yeah.
But once they are ready, telling them to stop doing what they don't want to do first will make room for the things they do want to do
Now let's talk
for
about
them to
something really
find them.
quickly. Since you want to do that, let's talk about something really quickly. How does that
Hmm.
affect your environment when you start doing those things you don't like? How does
When
it
I
start to
stop doing
offend
it,
those parents and those friends and those little ugly boyfriends and those husbands and those family members and all the things when you decide, actually, no, and give me my goddamn graham crackers.
yes, back, yeah. He's like,
How does that? Because a lot of people
ah,
are afraid to do it. A lot of people are afraid of their individuation because they're afraid of maybe they don't like it, alienating people. But let's write that down. Alienation comes with it. You got to be willing to alienate the people. If you're
you
not
gotta be
willing
sick
to
and tired of
alienate the
being sick
people,
and
you're
tired.
not ready. And you need to alienate them. You need to put a bad taste in their mouth about you so that they can stay away from you. So now you can start to figure out who need to be around her.
Hmm. That's not easy.
Mm-mm.
That's definitely
People be
not
mad.
easy
People
when your
people
entire life
mad
is
they
looking
can't
like
figure
this.
you out. Mm.
Yeah, and they can't control you or they can't understand.
Yeah, but that's what if
And
you
what they're
can't if
really
that
mad
container
at
can't
is
hold you,
that
once you get a taste of that peace and exploration of yourself, you
mhm,
stop caring. Agree. It take a while to get there though, Grace. You know that. Brianna. Oh, okay.
mhm.
Um,
And
um,
they really get upset about the fact that, oh,
you on here.
anyway, okay, they really get upset about the fact that whether they know it or not, is that you are branching out and being free, and they don't feel like they can, or they're afraid to. And but it takes so much digging to understand that's how you feel about somebody doing their own thing, that
Mhm.
most people never get to that. Like
But guess
they
what? You
have
make
so
them
much.
uncomfortable. And that was the thing. Like, the whole ecosystem is being held together by everybody self-abandoning to make everyone else uncomfortable, and no one's comfortable.
Right.
And so then
And
you
it's like, how
let
dare
go.
you?
If you holding this person's hand and you let this person, and you let go of their hands and you do this, and they like, it's called dishonest
Honest harmony.
harmont. Are we looking into that? I'll write it down. Lee, what was you gonna
Ooh,
say about the but okay with leaving them where they are? Be okay with leaving them where they are. What was you gonna say, Lee? Dishonest.
Okay, some of these tabs. I'm trying to boil it down.
Oh no.
Also,
You don't
one
have to
quick
give us that.
thought.
You don't want to. We like listening to you talk.
I love what Monet Eloise said at the beginning, or Mildred rather, about how can I save people? Because I think that is true, and that's because you don't want to take them out of their role. Their role is to save themselves. That you must, and even our girl, she talks about it, page 174. She must be able, like the heroines of myths, to find and obtain these qualities if they're not allowed, to shelter them, unleash them at the right time, stand for herself and what she believes. I can't stand for what somebody else believes. I
Mm-hmm.
have to stand for what I believe. And you have to figure out the paths and the methods for yourself to figure out who am I, what do I believe, where do I belong. If you're looking for a good starting place, Detroit's daughter has a great self-love masterclass that I'm
Mm-hmm.
currently working through, and she talks about that. Who are you? Have we started there? So that, to me, that was kind of like when Mildred said that, it tied everything together of like, you disempower somebody by saving them because their role is to be their own savior. Even on page 76, and I love the way Dr. Essie's like talks about exile and talks about the ugly duckling because it's still so full of hope. She's mothering you in the pages. She's like, you got to get
Mm-hmm.
up. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, the bottom of page 176, what is not normal is to sit down and cry about it and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
One is supposed to get on one's feet and go off in search of what one belongs to. For the exile, that's always the next step. And for a woman with an internalized collapsing mother, it's the quintessential step. If a woman has a collapsing mother, she must refuse to become one to herself also. Because
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the individuation is the process of refusing to become a collapsing mother. You're not going to become a collapsing mother if you're too busy falling in love with you and finding who you are. And I love what Brianna said about figuring out what you don't like. The one of my this is the last thing I'm gonna say. One of my creative passions that I've gotten into is fragrances and
Mm-hmm.
creating fragrances. So that's something that's in the works for me, which is like finding out different fragrances, different elements, like what makes one part of my brain itch. What do I smell? And I'm like, ugh, like I don't like that. So I've been getting like samples and going here and there and spraying this and spraying that. And I'm like, I want to create a fragrance that's based upon the experience that I've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's a lot easier for me to be like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Okay, well, I'm left with this right here. So how do I work within these elements? But if we're thinking about like how do you do that individuation process? Um, page 194 talks about what is the basic nutrition for the soul. And again, she says it varies from creature to creature, but here's some combinations. For some women, air, night, sunlight, and trees. For
Mm-hmm.
others, words, paper, books are the only things. For others, color, form, shadow, and clay. That's why you can't steal anybody else's zhuzh because my soul food is not your soul food.
Right.
Your plate is not what's on my plate. You like your okra and tomatoes. I like black eyed peas and cabbage. Okay? And maybe with some banana peppers if I'm really feeling it. Perhaps. And maybe that's the only place where our plates overlap. Right? But if we could just sit and eat banana peppers together. But I wrote down in the margins, what is the basic nutrition for my soul? If I had to break it down, water, ocean, night, and moon.
Ooh.
That's what I like. And when I make my perfume, it's probably gonna smell like wind, water, ocean, night, and
I
moon.
like this.
That's
Speak
probably
me a
real nasty.
sample.
Okay. But nature and creativity are the realms of what the soul needs. So if we're looking for individuation, those are the two places we start. It's like, oh, if you read this book, if you're really reading it, like
That's why.
any question, how do I, it's there somewhere. And
That's
Kara
why
and
it
I had a,
offends me. That's why it offends me that we come together and read these books in the ways that we do, and they imprint and they grab us up in the ways that we do. And it's like, how are you not being shaped by this? How are you not being shaped and stretched by this?
right.
And you sitting here watching us be all vulnerable with each other, and you so special that you're not being shaped by this.
Oh, speaking of being
Sorry.
special, no, speaking of being special, where's the one quote? Because she was like, oh, the mother is a school we are born into, a school we are students in, a school we are teachers at, all at the same time and for the rest of our lives.
Gotta unlearn it.
That had me like, okay, no, nobody, there's no arriving. It's just different roles that you play
Mm-hmm.
at the school.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
it.
think it's really like you become. I think to Lady's point, it's like how are people not being shaped? Like I'm my apartment will soon be ready for me to move back into, and I was looking in my books bin, and I found my old book.
Ah.
Like 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 when I tell you read it, it's falling apart. And I think people, because you said something earlier, you said it one of the first times we had book club, 2.7 million copies sold. And it's like, it's not 2.7 million women showing up in these spaces. People are now getting a hold of Women Who Run with the Wolves on TikTok now. It's the same thing that happened in 2020 when people first discovered All About Love by Bell Hooks. That book has been around. And it's like, I don't know if women, and maybe this is my snark, but I don't know if like women want to be down with the get down, like, yeah, we read it, women who want the wool, right?
That's
And it's
exactly
like,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
no, no. It's one thing to read it, it's another thing to read it, and it changes you,
Write it
and
into your
you're
DNA.
actually learning from it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I think for me, because I've been having a conversation with a friend who is under this watchful eye and then keeps talking about husbands and I'm like, bro, we've been at this for years. Like we graduated grad school almost 8 years ago. And we are on two different paths. And we both have access to this book. This is my first book.
Mm-hmm.
This is my second book. And I find myself over the last 8 months, because we're going into August, a completely different woman for real this time. Like it's one of those things where I think women will read it, pick it up, apply it, and then they'll go back into the world and be caught up in like everything going on in life, that it's so easy to discard the lessons that come from this, because this holds you accountable and you don't want to be. You want to be able to parlay. You want to continue to make the same mistakes and then blame something, someone, give it to God, mommy, trauma. And it's like one of the things I'm realizing over the last 8 months, because as we're talking about individuation, is like once you commit to it, I believe once you commit to it, you speak it, you have to actually be on the path, or everything else is just it's just not gonna work out. It's almost like our words have power. So if you say I'm committed to doing this and then you don't do it, or you start to fall off, or whatever the case may be, I just believe that what do you why would you why, like, your words are now betraying you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm as we're talking about walking away from people and no longer people pleasing, like I'm having to sit with the fact that like I need to separate, because I'm like, girl, it's been 8 years and I don't think you really want to do this. We have access to the same thing. I'm like, come join our book club. You don't want to. You want to talk about, you want to be in your religion. You want to find your husband. You only want to do this work in hopes of finding the husband. And also feel like because this is our group, I can't just give you access. I'm like, I'm not even gonna share lady in the house TikTok with you, girl. Sorry, nope. I don't want you to have
I
access. And
realize
the
that
reason
this is kind of things, this
I
kind of thing that
don't.
people have to come up on. They can't, you can't be like, watch this. They don't care. Like you
They
have to,
don't
the
care.
only way I would, the only way it works is if your perfectly curated FYP brought me to you. Just
Yep.
a
Yeah.
friend sharing it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
not doing
Yeah.
it.
When the
It's like,
student is ready, the teacher will
yeah,
appear.
the teacher appears, you know, and I
That's
was
how
just
you
like,
popped up on my FYP. So I don't mean to cut you off.
yeah,
That's how she popped up
no, it's
on my
okay.
FYP. I was learning and my feed
Yeah.
was curated to things that were
Yeah.
about pouring into myself to become the woman that I know I can be. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I found the group. And it's like we have meaningful discussions and it's pouring into me. Honestly, this book has changed me. Sometimes I'm so shook.
Yep.
I just be
Yep.
staring at the ceiling trying to think about what my life was before. like,
Yes.
like what was I doing? Where was I? And like when you ask, what can we tell the younger ones about like individuation? I think that even to have something like this with some younger people that are able to listen to older people or and their experiences, it's so powerful because they have a space where they can learn. They and my thing is when I was younger, you so caught up with doing this to-do list, nobody sits you down and tells you, oh, wait a minute, but do you know who you are? And when I was in the bathroom, I don't mean to ramble and I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, it's
I
okay.
just I was thinking, I'm like, every time when you're in your 20s or you do something, people be like, oh, you just need to learn to love yourself. You just need to learn to love yourself. But they never tell you how. They never give you the
Mm-hmm.
tools. It's
Mm-hmm.
so frustrating. And it's like if somebody met me and they happened to fall on me and they were like, hey, what tools could you give me? Or how would you say you go about starting to love yourself? Drop a name of a book or
They
something.
don't know. They don't. This is when they're
Yeah.
youth.
But
They don't even know they don't love themselves. They don't know. It's not until they get banged around and they get embarrassed and they get their feelings hurt and their credit get fucked up and they got two kids or several, much more,
mm-hmm.
until they been abandoned, but when that dream is deferred 75 different times, and
10
it's
years
not until like they
later.
don't come out of their mama's house realizing that they didn't learn shit. It's this life that teach them they don't know shit. And so once
And
life teach them they don't know shit, then they lay down at the feet of wisdom and be like, "Teach me." That's
Teach
how it
me,
was for me
yeah.
anyway.
I
yep,
mean, that's
yep.
how it was for me too. And
And
I
to
think
be
the
sorry,
oh,
go ahead.
sorry. The only thing I would say just to wrap up, like I think one of the things I was thinking about this week is how I be trying to find Dr. SD's on social medias, but I know she's not on. So I'm gonna just give it up. But it's just like to know that an elder decided to write this and leave this for us, and so many of us take advantage of the fact that it's a lot of wisdom in here for us as
Mhm.
we, and I think that's what I was trying to tell my friend earlier. I was just like, girl,
You need to
it's right here. You want to
Can
actually
read
I
the
it
reason why
really?
the reason why go ahead, I'm so sorry.
Like
I
it's
don't
right here.
I'm so excited. I don't mean to cut y'all off,
It's okay.
but this book is just it opens doors to so many other things because every chapter speaks to a different part of womanhood.
Mhm.
And every chapter it's like, wait a minute, there are so many other books lined up that go with this part, right? So even
Mm-hmm.
the next part that goes, the next chapter about the body, then I'm like, oh wait, now I got to read the body keeps the score. Now it's opening me up to other things. It's like it's just a rabbit hole. And not just knowledge, but even processing the knowledge. It's like there's just no end to the learning and the growing, really.
Mhm.
It's amazing. I don't know. I be shook every time I open this book.
Me too. And I think that's why I'm so grateful. I said every book club meeting, Edlin, is two things you did. I think that's why we stuck here. Not only did you bring us this book, but you brought it to us with chapter 6. He was like, this is how this book makes me feel. This is what I found. This is what I, and so like us reading about belonging, because as I was going to say, another type of person that always comes back to me and says the Patreon doesn't work for them is because they feel like they don't fit in. And it's like, I always have to say, this is not something to fit into. We are a mixed bag. This is nothing to fit into. There's nothing to fit into. You can belong without fitting in. This is not a box. The container can hold you, but it's nothing to fit into. It's just large enough where you just fit all 180 ounces of you. We can hold tons. So you don't have to be worried about your little 180 ounces of sunshine, because it's not even going to feel like 180 ounces when you get over here, because this can hold you. When you in 75 ounces and you 180 ounces, you feel, I'm too much. Oh, I'm too much. You're not too much. When you get to feeling too much, you got to get the fuck on, because them ain't your people. Speaking about you, Edlin, you can belong without fitting in, because fitting in means like you gonna have to compromise parts of yourself in order to make that. You don't have to make any compromises. Like how you are and who you are show up. Who you like. You can go into the black market. There was a cohort of thousands of men drugging their wives and fucking them for $20 on camera. Now, when you say that to us, we gonna be like, get your motherfucking ass out of here. But there is a container that can hold it. Go and be with your people. There is what that's why I was like, let the people discover us. We are not something that can be recommended, because when y'all bring y'all friends over here, they never understand. And it would be unfair for us to expect them to understand. This is for you. This is not for them. This is for you. And you do want to share all of the things you love and cherish and enjoy with them. But like your man, let it be sacred. You're like, oh, this dick tastes good. Taste this. Let it be this. You're the only one that know what this tastes like.
So we're not reading Sula? Speaking of sharing.
I do want to read Sula. Mine will be in the mail. I ordered it. It'll be here one day next week. But I said
had
I
to
didn't say
ask.
that treat it like that, because treat it like you can't. It's just and not that I don't want you to share, but they never understand. They never understand. And you can't expect them to understand, because it's the algorithm of your life that have brought us together. It's the landscape that you have provided for yourself that brought us together. You over there with them, be over there with them, and just let this be the friend you talk about all the time. And they are curious, but keep it to yourself. If it's for you, you'll let us know. Like, I'll bump into you on Patreon. If it's for you, we'll bump into each other on Patreon. It'll be serendipity, because it's like, oh, I know you, friend. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. If it ain't that, it ain't nothing. And so I learned that from y'all, because I know y'all love it. I don't tell any of the people in my life about it. I told one person, and I gave her an invitation. She come and she spend time with us when she have time, and the rest she gone on. But that's because she in that age range, and I just want her to see. I want her to just be able to listen to the conversation sometimes and see and hear and be present for what with the possibilities. But also, I'm hoping that the more you make your connections in this endeavor, because Edlin, you holding on. Professor, you holding on. You being so sweet. You being real sweet. And I don't be bothering y'all about y'all and y'all's friends, but you holding that.
Yeah, I pretty much made my decision.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I think I'm good.
yeah,
Like, I'm moving on.
yeah,
I have grown a lot, and people
yeah.
have been telling me this has been the week where folks are like, something different about you, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah,
I ain't feeling it. I'm trying to get my head screwed on straight.
and I now I'm aware of like who and what can be around me, and I'm just
Yeah.
like husband, and I'm talking about
Mhm. And
I'm thinking about no
those of
husband.
us, it's 13 of us in here. Some of you know too much. Like you can hold your relationship as long as you don't know shit, Grace. But you know too much, Grace, to be able to hold on to those things, Grace. You know too much.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even like my best friend was like, Grace, if you would keep entertaining this person, this is gonna hold you back.
Yeah, you're gonna be a hateful bitch.
And you're gonna be resentful, and
Yeah.
then it's also gonna be taking up your time because you were saying that people are energy and time, and they take up a lot of that. That's time I could be using for my individuation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I had to let that go. I did.
Yeah, good for you.
I let that go, and it is what it is, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, you because that's I was like we're holding for
That's
those girlfriends, but it's like we'll go through thick and thin with each other. But it's like you have to consider that. Do you even like this girl? Like you will go through thick and thin. You will go through ups and downs with people. Yes, God. With people that you don't like. You learn it. I think we learned that from slavery or something. Where it's just like we've been through ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs with each other. We got to be with each other. What generation removed from we don't have to
Being a
fucking be with each other?
firstborn
Yeah.
daughter, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta,
Yep.
no, no. And yeah, that's just, we not doing that. We
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not doing
even
that.
I'm even learning like taking your time back in itself is like revolutionary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like literally just saying I don't want to do this or I want to do what I want to do and I don't have to explain that. I don't have to perform. I don't have like literally like just taking your life back in itself is
Take your graham
revolutionary.
crackers back. People want them graham crackers. They need them.
And even experiencing like how other people react to you doing that. It's almost like everybody's okay with you being asleep until
Mm-hmm.
and until you when you start, like, you know what, this not gonna work. And then just it's like, oh, everybody was perfectly okay with you, playing small, lying to yourself, being accommodating, self-abandoning. And then as soon as you're like, yeah, this doesn't work, then now it's an outcry. Like not an outcry for my well-being when it was in the toilet though. Like that didn't
Mm-hmm.
spark anything.
And what you said about reclaiming your time is so important because it's just like you wake up and you realize the time we have here, time is it's a limited resource. And the older now that I'm getting, I'm really realizing if I don't make myself the center of my life, who will? Who will? Like if I'm not really managing who I'm having time with, what kind of conversations we're having, like who will? It's really crazy because you can really wake up one day and you're like, dang, I didn't do even one good thing for myself. Dang, 20 years passed and I didn't even take one small vacation somewhere I've always dreamed of going. I didn't even, buy that one outfit that would have excited me. Like, and time is flying. Look, the year is almost over.
Mm-hmm.
How long do I have to be repeating myself in conversation? So, like with the friend that I had to let go of, I said, you know what? Maybe we're just misaligned and let's leave it at that. And that's how we left it. You're growing in your direction. I can be respectful about that, and I'm growing in mine. And let's move in our separate directions,
Yeah.
and keep it respectful. But it's like you don't have time to waste. We act like we're gonna have all this time. We don't.
No. Uh, and it's a bunch it's a shit ton of people on this in this world. You need to get to it. What Dr. SC says in the very beginning of chapter 6 is I think she says see to it now. Is that what she said? Well, we all have that underlined and highlighted. Did she say see to it now? Like she talked to us like an elder. See to it now that you spend less time on what they didn't give you and more time on finding the people you belong to. She said see to it now. now. She basically saying you do not have time to be playing those whole stroll games. See to it now. She letting you know you don't have time to be playing. Anytime she say use language like that, she letting you know that's something you need to get on it right now immediately. Close the book, stare off into the distance, and get to work, young one. Um, that's why I appreciate you for bringing us this because it's every time I read something that reminded me of this endeavor, every time I read something that made me think about the things that we've been discussing, every time I read something that, like, even us getting untangled is because it's a lot of us that are in communion and community in places we don't have no business being in. We a member of families we shouldn't be a member of, and you let blood keep you together. You a member a member of friend groups that have burnt out decades ago, but because of familiarity and time, using to stage your ass over there because y'all and I used to always ask that when I was working in the salon. Well, we've been friends for 20 years, and I'm like, so you're gonna be friends for 21 because you've been friends for 20? You're not making any sense, doctorate degree. You're not making any sense. All thing that doctorate degree tell us is that you can sit down and shut up for an extended period of time, which is probably how you end up in a friendship with somebody you don't like for 20 years. Because you just sat down and shut the fuck all the way up. Anyway, but I realized that as I do one, like as I talk to everybody individually, and how everybody's so eager to be their own person. I think people do come over here and get a little disoriented when they can't find an identity to latch on to because everybody's growing so rapidly. That's why this book is so important. Because if you read it, and we read in other books too, make no mistake, everybody's got their own things going. But reading this book and applying it, like sometimes we will read a sentence because even like us realizing in the last book club meeting that see to it now that you spend less time on what they didn't give you and more time on finding people you belong to. You may not belong to your original family at all. You may match your family genetically, but temperamentally, you may belong to another, group of people. We spent hours talking about that alone, belonging to another group of people, belonging to another group of people, and all of the things that means, and all of the ways it means something. And the people that really got a good grasp on connection and building out a new ecosystem for themselves is people who are their own. Like, I'm my own person. I like me like this. I'm my own person. This is how I am. This is what I like. This is who I am. And I don't have to go around and try to find, because that's another thing we have issues with. I recently did a purge. Some people come into this space looking for a persona to adopt. They look for an identity to take on. What's the most attractive one? What's the most well liked one? That's why I have to bag folks up off me, divorcing the thought that blood is significant. Correct. I have to bag folks up off of me because one, people use my reflection and replace it as a replacement for their own, or they like my personality and they like what my personality has done for me. So then they'll cloak themselves in it, hoping to get the same things. And it's like, you are promised your things. But that's just like Lee is talking about. What is your soul food? The things that I do for myself provide for me. You can't do what I do for myself. You can't use what I use to provide for myself to provide for you and think that you're gonna be provided for. Because you could you could be impoverished trying to use my shit. You're gonna starve to death trying to, yeah, you ain't gonna make it. Um, but anybody got anything else? I feel like I done just went all off on a tangent rambling about that. I don't know how we got on that. Ellie, you were saying something on it. Leave, one of y'all was talking.
I wanted to say
Don't
one.
remember.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, let you go ahead. I don't remember.
Just real quick, when going back to what you were saying about how do you start to like knowing what you like and not and what you don't like and what's easier. My and I don't know if this is something that's more valuable in the beginning or once you're more accustomed to it or more seasoned in it, but my s- standard I like to use is if it's not a fuck yes or no. So it makes it a lot easier. So, you might be on the fence, but you can chuck that and getting comfortable with rejecting good enough or okay. Like, because, like, and I know we do this in relationships sometimes. It's like, they're not bad. They're not doing anything bad to hurt me or, they don't mean it. And it's like, but don't you want to be in relationship with people who really are coming intentionally and you light each other up? Like, isn't that a better, yeah. So,
I like that. Like that's why I was like, the more persnickety you are, the sharper your tool is. I'm gonna write that down for myself. The more persnickety you are,
the
you is
more
not gonna
fingers
let
you
up.
cut, the
Yeah,
more
yeah,
bandages you have on.
yeah. The more persnickety you are, the sharper your tool is. And the sharper your tool is, the safer you are. Hold on. Still, I wrote. Which notebook am I writing things in? Sorry, y'all. Um, Lee, you have anything else?
Just one more little nugget.
I know it.
Um, just one more. That something that really set me and Kara free was on page 172 when she was talking about the having moderate strength. You don't have to be you don't have to have perfect strength, but moderate and serviceable strength is enough for those of us who are in the beginning of our individuation journey. You don't have to have it 100% together. You don't have to be 100% certain all the time. She said the internal mother who mothers you isn't 100% confident about what to do next, but 75% confident will do nicely.
Yeah.
If you 75% confident, fuck it. Like
We'll take it.
let's go. That's good enough. So take that and go. Don't feel like you have to wait and sit on it till you 100%, 100% no. Like she said in the other passages I read, get up, go do it. Go
See
do
to
it.
it now.
See to it now. Just
See
get up.
to it,
Just get started.
girl.
Immediately.
See.
And that's it.
Okay. To it now. Anyone else?
I was just going to cover a little bit under the exile of the unmatched child in chapter on page 171, the page right before what Lee had just covered. Excuse me, what Lee had just covered. I just put down notes. Intuition and creativity are developmental basics. And when those are lacking, everything else is going to be a struggle. Not being given that free reign, not being given that free space to learn and to really develop your intuition sends you out into the world, yes, as a naive lamb, but as a sheep for slaughter. And the worst part is, and where the resentment comes in, side note, mothers know how vicious it is out here. Now that I'm a mother, now that I'm 41, I know how vicious it is out here. So for me to send my child out naive, knowing she's naive, knowing she doesn't have what it takes to protect herself, it makes it all the more insidious. Anyway, girl children who display a strong instinctive nature often experience significant suffering in early life. From the time they're babies, they're taken captive, domesticated, told they're wrong-headed and improper. Their wildest natures show up early. They're curious, artful, and have gentle eccentricities of various sorts, quirks like ones that, if developed, will constitute the basis of their creativity for the rest of their lives. Considering that the creative life is the soul's food and water, this basic development is excruciatingly critical. And growing up in a religious family, and for a period of time, we were forced to go to a cult church, a religious cult, it shapes you and molds you in a specific way. And when you're in the developmental stages, you're sent out into the world just believing anything and believing God will save you and protect you and pray, pray, pray and rub oil and go to school. But mommy wasn't rubbing your oil and sending you to school, was she? Like, we were at church all night, but were you at school? Were you in the conferences? Were you talking to the principal? Were you talking to the director? Did you come and check in with my teacher? Did you do any of that? But you're at church all night Friday, all day Sunday, all day Wednesday, bringing flowers, bringing the food, doing all this stuff for prime pray. But you send your kid to school not knowing what the fuck is going on during the day. I'm going to bounce. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm going to be all over the place. And that's just chapter 6 tore me up in a lot of ways. I'm having to read it 2-3 times because I'm internalizing a lot of it as I'm reading it. And I feel like I'm putting my hands up every time I'm reaching something challenging, to the point where I'm like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's too much. It took me weeks to read The Mistaken Zygote. And when I did, every time we get on and it's my turn to share, I wish I were more concise. And that's why y'all are like, don't apologize. You're not rambling. It's so much that I'm just saying it. It's so much that I can't contain, I can't articulate it. I have to write it out. And if I don't write it out, I'm all over the place. I uncovered that I subconsciously, intentionally did not finish chapter 6, because the beginning of chapter 6 tore me up so much subconsciously that I told myself any further and didn't want to. I can't. The exile of the unmatched child. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Okay. I have underlined, then the basic self of the psyche is wounded early on. When this happens, a girl begins to believe that the negative images her family and culture reflect back to her about herself are not only are I'm fucked up about it. It's crazy. Let me relax. When this happens, a girl begins to believe that the negative images her family and culture reflect back to her about herself are not only totally true, but are also totally free of bias, opinion, and personal experience. The girl begins to believe that she is weak, ugly, unacceptable, and that this will continue to be true no matter how hard she tries to reverse it. It's ingrained in her mentality. Where you are, the ideas and opinions of all those people, what's socially acceptable, what's culturally acceptable, and how dare you go against it? How dare you ask questions? How dare you speak against it? And in your developmental stages, you're taught this. So once you've become a parent, or once you've just become a woman, you're walking with this and you're seeing all this injustice every single day. And your mother and your sister and your auntie are upholding it and continuing and continuing. Last month, my daughter and I went to Bimini to with my brother, his wife, and my mom. My mom was born and raised in Bimini. And my mom, I don't know what it was about this trip, but my mom all of a sudden became this open book that shares everything and shared her experience. And she told us the deep truth, childhood, what her experience was, who she lived with, how she lived. And so much made sense. There was so much that my mom just was not given developmentally. She can't. And this comes to a point where it's like, okay, there are things I know that I can't, but I know what I don't have. So at what point do you stop learning? At what point do you choose to keep going with it? I learned that it was at the time that my mom was growing up, the culture for everyone to just let everyone suffer. Children included, family included. I can't save you. I can't help you. I'm poor myself. It's not normal for there to be community, women swooping in, women coming to check, people coming around seeing about you. And this is my mom from a very, very young age. And I thought growing up that she had, oh, Uncle Stanley, he's on this pedestal. Oh, Auntie Lois, she's on this pedestal. They had 8 children. They took you in. They helped you, looked after you. Then why did you experience this? Oh, people really just minded their business back then. And then you see the patterns continue in her thought processes to this day. It's a little watered down version because you know that I'm going to push back against you. But the reality is, you don't mind people allowing trauma. You don't mind. It's not a problem for people to turn their back. It's normal. It was normal for there not to be family coming to check and family spending quality time and children asking questions. It's no, you go to church, you comply, you wear pantyhose. And how dare you go to church with a dress without slip under it? How dare you? And it's nitpicky things, and it's everything. And when you have a young girl growing and developing and can't even ask questions, it's the worst. It's just the worst. And I can't even articulate. Under Kind of Mothers, it was so much. I have the same things highlighted. Lee and I went through chapter 6 a lot. I can't even or like properly get across how triggered I was, how much deep-seated problems I had, and I unlearned. It took me years to love my appearance, my skin, my hair. It took me years to not see those as negative things because the colorist and the internal self-hatred in the particular island where my family is from. So much so that you really believe these things because it's culturally so. So when you move, you live in the melting pot where I grew up in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale. There's everybody's down there. Jamaicans, Bahamians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Hondurans, everybody from the Caribbean is in South Florida. Go try to have dinner at a Cuban restaurant. I'm going to have a different experience than, say, I don't know, name somebody. I don't know, fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's part of the culture. It's part of the culture. And it's right. They allow it. They continue it. And it wouldn't keep happening if you didn't continue it. And my rage keeps coming up. Thank God I got fired. I was fucking miserable. The women allow it. The women continue it. Going home to visit. So I always had these perspectives and opinions as a young child, watching aunts and uncles and cousins and seeing them on Christmas and finding out that my parents went to visit them, that they never really cared about us. They weren't close at all. I thought they were close. My family is completely distant. Everybody's distant, and it's normal. It's normal for auntie to know that her husband is beating your ass and you're there with 4 kids by yourself. It's normal for them to know and not even come see about the kids. So for my mom to not be supportive of me, she never knew that this is like, it doesn't make it right, but God, you don't have it in you. And the discussion earlier about religious cults and the control and culture and where you are, all of this just to say I'm with my family. Exactly. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I can't send my daughter with you to the dollar store. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to spend Thanksgiving with you. No. I would rather plan and take my daughter to Costa Rica for Thanksgiving, actually. I would much rather do that. I don't want to see you. I don't want you to come over while we're at the pool. And your son, who you feel a way about, and you will not have a declarative conversation with him, with his wife, you still won't protect children. You're continuing it. You choose it. And this is the environment we're just born into. There is no why. It's wild. And what really got me, I wasn't going to get into it. And I really shouldn't get into it because it's 11 o'clock. But when I got to the mistaken zygote, I lost my shit because I'm just going to read what I have highlighted and keep me focused. Let me put my finger on it, ADHD. Let there be no more suffering, no more attempting to figure out where you went wrong. I can't fucking figure out why I was born to them. I can't fucking figure out why you chose not to give me what you knew you didn't fucking get. You so quick to throw in your children's face, I didn't have my mom. When I was 15, this happened, but you chose to give your children what you chose to give them. Someone said to me, she has had 41 years with you. And there will be a day where I can discuss my ex-husband. What I chose to give as a father to my daughter. I have to carry that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But let there be no more suffering or figuring out why I'm on the other end of it. I don't have to be up my mother's ass. I don't have to be friends with my fucking ex-husband. I have what I need. My daughter is fine. Fuck you. Stay or go.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. I'm tired. Like, I held myself back so much. And sometimes, okay. Sometimes they tried to be good according to whichever standards were most popular and didn't realize till later what they really wanted or how they needed to live. They left further down, they left dreams scattered all over the road. I'm so angry for the life I've chosen. And I think I have a beautiful life, but oh my God, the life I could have had. Had I just been stronger and known what I could step into, who I was. And now I'm teaching my daughter at 10. When my mom couldn't even teach me, she wouldn't. She didn't want to.
She could, but also did she bring you a little further along than her mama brought her? Like her mama didn't teach her shit. Did she teach you a little bit more than her mama taught her? Did she give you more of a mama than she had at all?
My mom raised me. My grandma passed when my mom was young. So she didn't have a choice. She died young. And my mom grew up between her aunt, her uncle, and family on the island. She lived with people. And then she left the island. She told me finally last month that she married my dad because she was running. Right. She left the island at 16 years old. She got married at 16 years old. She didn't have the experience of a parent in the home showing her, guiding her, talking to her. She got married young and she had children young and came over to the US and just started working.
Would you have preferred if she wasn't there at all? Like, would you prefer? Only reason why I'm asking this is because I talked to women who mama just jumped up and left them. They wish they at least had a mama to stick around and be mean to them and bully them, because at least you was there for me every day. At least you woke me up every day. You put clothes on my back. You thought to take me to church. You gave me your Lord. You don't know that Lord is hateful and violent. You gave him to me because, so like, do you think, because I do think some moms would, like, some people would be better off if their mama just totally, girl, ran
it's
off.
hard for me to answer.
Okay.
I can't say. I would hate to think. I can't imagine not being with my mom as a child. Mm-hmm. But at a certain age, my mom was checked out. Yeah. So I realize now.
How much do you feel like she wanted you around?
No.
Okay. Do you feel
After a
like you would
certain
have felt
point,
different?
mom, she was like, she don't
Okay,
want to
she
be
couldn't be
bothered with
bothered.
us. She don't want to be bothered after a certain point. But the for me, the resentment comes from the excuse of I was young, I got married young, I don't have the capacity, I don't know what I'm doing. But you have the capacity to devote yourself.
I understand.
I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. My mom devotes herself to white worshiping,
Yeah.
serving
Mm-hmm.
the church, her white best friend, her white Trumper fucking best friend,
Mm-hmm.
who's now inviting me to vacation. I don't want a fucking vacation with that bitch. Fuck you.
Oh, this is a snark fest.
Listen,
Oh.
Linda,
Oh.
I'm tired.
Oh. You ain't
I
getting
don't
no.
want to fucking spend time with those people. Be real. Hello.
She think her
Read
Lord is
the
white.
room.
She think her Lord is white. That's why she got them white Trump friends like that. Her Lord is white.
I had to come to the realization, acceptance that my mom, a beautiful, black, dark-skinned woman, is a white worshiping woman that is anti-black.
Yeah.
I had to come to that realization this past month. I had to come to the realization that my daughter will never be protected in white spaces by my mom because she worships them and raised us to be so. If we were light skinned, how different would we have been treated? Would you have accepted the help and gotten us out of there? I wonder. Why is Alina the favorite?
Did you do that though? Did you like, oh, I know what to make my mama love you, daughter?
No, I
Don't make your
didn't.
skin
No, I didn't. I really didn't. I
well, you know
really
your
loved
mama
my
influences your
ex-husband.
relationship choices.
His personality, yes, but his appearance, no. I really loved him. I was really attracted to him, and he was the only one in South Florida that treated me with some respect in the beginning. He was a gentleman in the beginning. I never had that in South Florida.
Oh, Jesus.
He was something new. I had always dated Jamaican guys, black guys. Like, it wasn't a race thing for me. The personality, yeah, it was my mom.
Okay.
But the ugly duckling fucked me up in so many areas because decentering and really unlearning these mentalities and these thought processes of where you're from. And it's so sad and sick. I miss South Florida so much because it's so diverse. Living in Jacksonville, it's so, I hate it here. I hate it here.
You're in Jacksonville?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh my God, that's where I just moved from.
I'm tired.
Oh, I understand. Get the
White
fuck out of
corporate in
there.
Jacksonville. I'm tired.
Ooh.
I'm exhausted. And watching, my mom lives here too, and watching her with her patients and watching her with the family of her patients that she takes care of, I realized something. And I realized that why my mom always took better care of everybody else. It's wild. Like decoding it, it's a choice. It's a choice where you put your kids. I'm fighting with my ex-husband to change my daughter's school right now. I didn't do the fight the first 3 years after the divorce. I left daddy. Daddy's got to move out. We're selling the house. I can't rip her from her school right away. But you know what? I don't want her at an all whites fucking school right now. No. You have to see her as a black child. He doesn't see her as a black child because it's an A school. He is a whole nother topic. But unraveling and realizing that you were raised to literally hate yourself, good night, Lee, I love you, is unbelievable. No wonder. And you just question. Mommy had all the time in the world for her salon coworkers. Why didn't mommy ever do black hair? Wait a minute, mom, you can braid so tiny, so fast. Mom, do you know that you can make $300 like that on one head? Why don't you do braids? I don't want to mess with no hair. But you've been in hair for 35 years. What do you mean? You don't want to do black hair. And I'm supposed to know that I'm beautiful? So when I got to the mistaken zygote, it tore me up in multiple areas. I bounced a lot, and I have to get this rage out and process it and move forward, because when you get to page 191, so the answer to why me, why this family, why am I so different, is, of course, that there are no answers. There is no why. Still, the ego needs something to chew on before it lets go. I got to fucking bitch even more before I just let it go, let it go, let it go. Well, Kara, you're 41 and you have a 10-year-old. What are you going to focus on? Your mom, who you don't live with and you don't have to comply to. Your ex-husband, who you fucking divorced. Your job that fired you. You can move where you want. Fuck them all. At a certain point, we got to go. I'm tired. Like, I went online and I'm doing some research and I'm like, you know what? What are you going to do? Hire a lawyer and keep me here. Are you going to do that? My mom won't even. It tore me up. And at a certain point, I have to figure out how to just, because I'm focusing so much there. I'm so mad that I didn't get this, that I'm not doing the work to get that. And I want that. Otherwise, I'm choosing to continue the cycle that my mom continued. Settle and stay in the box. You don't belong there. I don't belong here with these people. I love my home. I love it so much. I'll rent it out. I do not belong here, and neither does my child. And if you can't fucking understand that, I will not. I had the worst fights with my ex-husband this past 6 months over us not belonging here. I don't need to ask a teacher to be respectful to my daughter, the one brown child in the class. And the other parents of color in the school seem oblivious to it all. Hi, good morning. Fuck you, Mary. Fuck you. My mom never showed up at school for me. She didn't come out there. She didn't come to conferences. Fuck you, Mary. Put it on a t-shirt. I can't. I can't. And begging your ex, this is the biggest thing that I can share with any young woman considering binding her body to a man by having a child. I don't know how I came up with this morning. It must have been the Celsius, but I was like incubating his spawn. You better not be pregnant. Incubating his spawn. I realized that if you do not properly develop enough, you are mentally incapable of vetting a partner to have a child with. I failed myself. And I failed my daughter because he's her father. He won't even fucking teach her Spanish. She's Puerto Rican. How did I learn Spanish listening to salsa and suavemente, and she's 10 and you're not teaching her? And what Puerto Rican doesn't have 50 other fucking Puerto Ricans around him? How did I not see it? And now that's her dad. I can escape him, but that's her dad. My choice, my lack of intuition. I'm continuing the cycle. And if I don't teach her different, what am I walking her into in 2026? We can only stay survivors for so long. We have to thrive. So page 195. And yet comes a time in the individuation process when the threat or trauma is significantly past. Then is the time to go to the next stage after survivorship to healing and thriving. I'm yelling. If we stay as survivors only without moving to thriving, we limit ourselves and cut our energy to ourselves and our power in the world to less than half. One can take so much pride in being a survivor that it becomes a hazard to further creative development. My mom in the car on the way home from the ferry leaving the Bahamas, my daughter fell asleep and all of a sudden the floodgates open and my mom wants to talk. And I shared a little bit about my experience and leading up to divorce and my experience on this side of divorce and how empowered I feel and how resentful and angry and rageful I also feel. And she asked me, well, is there anything that you feel this way about me? On 95, with my sleeping child in the car, I can't even crash out and scream. And I shared as little as I could because she can't. She will never take accountability. And I'll tell you why. I have to keep my finger on it or I'll lose it or I'll be all over the place. Is this too long? It's 11:30, 11:15. I lost my shit. I'm done. I lost my shit. My mom, she did not get defensive. She used her young age and victimhood to get out of it. She said, I was so young when I got married. I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know how to be a mom. I didn't know what I was doing. I was running. I grew up poor. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. Da, 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 da. At 16 years old, she held on to what happened to her at 16. My mom was 31 when she had me.
31.
10 years. And had my brothers. And chose and chose and chose and chose. So you choose to say this happened to you, and this is how you've gotten away with it for the past many years, and people just feel bad for you. Or that's why you don't have that many friends. And I don't have any memory of my mom having Black girlfriends. Zero. Celia, Evie. You know what old Trumper best fucking friend is the king of all in your mind. You're raising Black children. You have Black sons. And your white Trumper best friend is the pillar of knowledge. And Facebook, I forgot. She used her victimhood as an excuse. And when I said, I asked a very specific question regarding my welfare. After the divorce, after you met Papa, my stepdad, after that, you met a man, you got married, you had a man to protect you. Why did you do this and this and this? Why? Because now I'm a mother sending my daughter to her fuck ass father's house. And I'm asking questions. And I'm at the apartment looking around. Why is the bathroom like this? Why doesn't she have this? What's going on? She's not coming this weekend. Why didn't you do that for your kids? You chose to continue it. You will never and can never protect my child.
Can I interrupt for a minute?
I'm done. I am so sorry.
Don't apologize. You were great. Do you see the clip? People was like, "Oh my God,
it's a habit.
Oh my
It's a
God,
habit.
Thank you."
It's a habit.
What?
It's just a habit.
Nobody
need to unlearn that
to
habit.
sit up and listen to you terrorize yourself in this way. We just want to talk to you and listen to you. You making it into a whole thing. Please, with that, in front of all these people. We had a good time talking and listening to you. Okay. You're gonna have to come to a point in your life as a woman in this world where you have to just make peace with the fact that you're gonna have to do hard things. If you never make peace with the fact that you're gonna have to do hard things, you ain't gonna make it, because you're not gonna be able to really get fully immersed in your experience with womanhood if you're not willing to do anything hard. You're gonna have to come up on that season of your life. And a lot of our mothers and grandmothers, they're passively doing hard things, but they're not letting it shape them. Like, okay, I've been through this. Like, they act like shit bags, and it's like, why are you acting like this? And like, I lost my mother, and it's like, that's not what you're supposed to do with that. That's not how you're supposed to deal with losing your mama. That's not how you're supposed to deal with the stress of menopause. That's not how you're supposed to deal with your children going off to college. Like, you are doing something hard. You're acting like a shit bag, and you want us to hold space for you because life is hard. But like, you're letting the hard thing do you. You need to do the hard thing. And like, our mamas and grandmamas had that in common, where she said, if you ever want to snark out about Jacksonville, she got your back.
I stay inside. Call me, girl.
Um, but yeah, I learned that this week is the women who are unwilling to do hard things, they get stuck. We also cannot be in communion, in friendship, or in community with women who are unwilling to do hard things. Because I want to say this again to us. I say it in the voice memos a lot. I say it in one-on-ones a lot. But like once you get through, you're gonna come upon people, like that's part of your work in vetting, is you're gonna come up on two different types of people. It's gonna be people that will tether you to your old self, and people that will thrust you into the future, to the point where you're gonna get to the future and you're gonna realize your wig been blew back. Like you're gonna, as soon as you get to the future, you have to go straight to the bathroom and re-secure your wig because oh my God, my wig came loose because this moved so quick. And but you got people there with you. You got people going through
Yes.
the things to get into the future with you, and there are people. Your
Yes.
people are in the future. Like you got to get to work. Like I got my little pro bono girl, and she's always like, "I'm just ready to meet my soul family," but she's still fucking her ex boyfriend. I'm like, young one, please with this. Girl, we just kikiing at this point. Cause you ain't gonna never get up on that dog don't hunt. But yeah, I'm like, girl, your soul family is a great distance, and I'm always like, girl, you ain't nowhere near them. Every time she want me to blow smoke up her ass and tell her that tomorrow is only a day away. That's my favorite movie. But I will not be talking to you about how tomorrow is only a day away. Your tomorrow is light years away, young one. You still fucking that piece of shit. Yeah, correct. Favorite movie. And not that one with Kiki Palmer and Jamie Foxx, neither. The white girl. Anyway,
Miss
I wanted to like
Hannigan.
that one. I wanted to like that one, but I didn't like it. Um, but yeah, you got a long way to go. So yeah, I think we got to be willing to things that I always tell young people, and I find myself having to tell people in their 40s is if you got to learn in your 20s how to get the fuck away from people. You're not gonna make it through life. You're gonna be a hateful bitch by the time you be by the time you get to be 35, you'll be a hateful bitch if you never learn how to get rid of people. And getting rid of people does come with feeling like a shitbag. It does feel like feeling lost. It does feel like being confused. It does feel like having to start over. It does feel like sometimes people be having to sleep in their car for a couple of weeks to get their checks up so they can get them an apartment. Like because they you know how the people rely on you to need them so that you can't get your end because that's another thing like you people you need in your people and they holding that over your head that it keeps you from your individuation because you need people that's keeping you from it. And it's like you need to stop needing them. It's like we're like even the young one. I don't know. Either, those of you who was in that meeting we had for the 28 to 33-year-olds, and it was like she lived with her mama, and it's like we don't give. I don't give a fuck about you living with your mama, girl. Your mama is not. Your mama is not the only. Your mother's home is not the only home that exists in this world. You living with your mama is not the only way you will have shelter. You've just and again, it's people in there that's living in a car because they don't want to deal with their mama. It's people that's doing Instacart and DoorDash and selling ass on Saturdays and Sundays so that they don't have to live with their mama. True tea. And so it's like people doing everything they can to just, these are my gifts. This is what I use. This is what I know. I use that to get out. I don't. We can't be worried about your morals. We'll deal with your and feet pics. We'll deal with your morals later. Let him stare down your into your ad. What is it? If that man paid $100 to stare down into that woman's anal cavity, sell pictures of your anal cavity if you need to. Oh my God. Somebody else take over. I done lost it. Think on heaven later. Please. Just get out.
Like
Anyway,
that.
uh,
I love when you do anyway, because it just
I keep
reminds me of
trying so
Wendy
hard. I got to get back on
Williams.
task. It's the ADHD.
Specificity. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to see my lady. I'm gonna get my help. I'm gonna get all the help I need. Hopefully. Uh, I probably will be more. I'll probably be more boring, but more organized on the ADHD medicine. Keep me in your prayers. Anyway, I hope this conversation was useful in any kind of way. You know, me and my ADHD sisters in here, we know how to fuck up a conversation. We know how to have one, but we know how to fuck it up once we get through having it. Anybody have anything else before we go on? Because I think all of us are yawning.
I will say though about the
Please.
ADHD med, uh, it don't take away your personality. Your personality's still there. It just quiets the mind. You know, on the meds, everything is going a bunch of noise and talking, a bunch of million and one thoughts. Even through the middle of the night, you just wake up and you laying there staring at the ceiling, and you got a million and one thoughts. You remember you didn't finish your phone, the
I know
drive,
that's right.
the door still open. You know, you left this running. So on the ADHD man, everything is just quiet and you can think one thought and finish it.
A
Yeah.
dream. I probably
I
could be
ain't never had
president.
that happen. And can I tell you, um, today I realized this week is the first week I've actually felt like myself. And
Even
I'll
with
tell
all the
you what happened.
raging out.
Yeah, even with that, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna make it real quick because so
Please.
everybody go to
You
bed.
can close us
Um,
out.
um, I was talking to my psychiatrist, um, because I didn't quite know what it was. I was explaining like I don't feel like myself because she want to ask about how is the med going. So we increased my Stratera to the recommended dosage. So I went from 40 to 80. I can think clearly, fucking concentrate. Don't have no thoughts. I ain't even got to take the L-theanine with it. Normally I got to do my L-theanine. I don't even need L-theanine. I don't need ginkgo biloba. I don't need none of that. Just them two blue pills. That's 80 milligrams. And I'm locked in. And I'll and so but I could sense like something still is off. And I would share with her like the different things that I'm experiencing. I'm like, I don't think I'm depressed. It doesn't feel like depression, but it's not I can't put a finger on it because it doesn't feel like what my depressive episodes used to feel like. So she was like, well, how about we try this? We're gonna add Wellbutrin. It's usually they pair Wellbutrin with your Stratera. And here's why I'm gonna say this because studies have shown that those with ADHD either have high anxiety or severe anxiety or depression or both.
Yeah.
And I have both. So the Stratera helped the anxiety, but the element of the depression was still there. But it didn't feel like what my episodes used to feel like. They used to be deep, so I couldn't quite figure it out. So we added Wellbutrin, and I've been on Wellbutrin and Stratera now for 3 weeks. This is the best I've ever felt. I can think clearly. I can actually finish cleaning something that I start cleaning instead of start cleaning and see something else that needs to be done, never finish the first one, then skip to the third task, never finish it because I didn't saw something else. I'm able to start something and finish it. And I have my focus and concentration. Um, everything. I feel really good. This is like the best I've ever felt. Like I'm finally feeling like I ain't gonna say finally feeling like myself. It feels like a new self. So like I'm exploring this. Like okay,
That's
because
what I'm
I've
looking
been on
for.
an antidepressant before, and it was an SSRI. I didn't like how that one felt. But the Wellbutrin, it doesn't make you feel like you're zoned out. It actually pairs very well with the Stratera. You feel yourself because I'm like Is my hormones still off? My hormones are fully balanced, by the way, y'all. I balanced my hormones. I got on HRT, progesterone, testosterone, that
What's it
cream.
like? Are
So
you
I,
like completely even without any squirrel thoughts? No
yeah,
Christmas trees?
yes, ma'am. It's quiet. I'm quiet. It's quiet up there. Like there's no
Are you
chatter. It's
sleeping
quiet.
better? Do you sleep better too?
Yes, I actually sleep good, and I've been getting up early. Yeah. Usually I would wake up through the middle of the night and I can't get back to sleep and I'm up. But I would go to bed and then I would get up by like 6 o'clock. And also it's usually very hard for me to get started with work. I gotta get my coffee in. I don't want nobody team. Don't send me shit on Teams. It's going you gonna see me in the way for a little bit. So give me a few hours, but I'm able to zone in and lock in and be focused the whole time. There's no chatter, there's no drop off, none of that. So pairing the two together works perfectly, and I really love it.
Okay.
And so I'm feeling myself, and I now my kids notice the difference in me with the Stratera. I don't think they notice the difference with the Wellbutrin, and but my oldest, they're like, oh, we noticed, like But yeah, the two pairs together well, and I'm feeling like a new self.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with now that you got a
Hmm.
more grounded
Yeah,
version of your
yeah,
experience. That's what I
it's
really
good.
want. I'm like, girl, I probably could. This little stuff
Mhm.
we doing, girl. Let me get some ADHD medicine, girl. We going to the top, girl.
Yeah, but it works well with me, get you, they're gonna tighter you up, so you're gonna start low and then you're gonna tighter up in your dosage to the recommended dosage. And I will say, determine what's best for you. I didn't want a stimulant because in what I do, I've seen the effects of the stimulants. Some people get dependent on stimulants, so I didn't want a stimulant. And Stratera is a non-stimulant. The only difference is with stimulants, it's readily available like that. So that's why you see when people on their Adderall or the what's the other one? Shit, I forgot the other one. Vyvanse. Um, they wire, they're ready to go, but then they crash. With Stratera, it's level, there's no crash. However, Stratera, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for it to level in your system, and then you'll have the full effect of it. So you won't get it like that. It's not readily available. That's why the stimulant, because it's an amphetamine. So you immediately wired, it's readily available. As with the Stratera, you tighter up,
Did
and
I let
then
you
3 to 4.
sample all of them to see which one you like?
Um, now sample like it's a platter.
Yeah, like a little snack plate.
Well, so you can try it. You can, because I'm because I work in healthcare. I'm like, I don't want this. I want to try this. But if you don't know what you want to try, one, they're going to recommend what's best for you based on, do you experience anxiety? Do you experience depression? Because Stratera works well for those who have high anxiety as well. If you have anxiety, you may not want a stimulant because the stimulant is going to make you even more anxious. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have high anxiety. I mean, I can tell. You ain't got to say it. I can tell. Your anxiety level is up there. So you want something that's going to calm that, and Stratera calms it. Stimulants will heighten it. So this a good psychiatrist will know how to which one to best recommends you based on if you have anxiety, if depending on yourself. If you're not one that has anxiety, they're gonna give you the whole questionnaire, and then they're gonna calculate your score. If you score high with anxiety, they're likely going to recommend you do Stratera because it calms you.
Okay.
So yeah.
I appreciate it. I
Mhm.
come through the door. They like, we know what you here for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't even put my purse down. They like, don't put your purse down.
Mhm.
We know what you here for.
Yeah.
The I unit girl, they always girl.
Yeah. But
Boy.
embrace the journey. I ain't thinking a million and one thoughts, and
Cheers to you,
I,
ma'am.
I now just got to work on not interrupting folks.
I'll have a hard time with that. So I'll be scared I'm gonna lose my thought.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
I just started writing stuff down.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
that's
good
it,
too.
y'all. I'm sorry
Okay.
to
Don't
talk out ear
apologize,
holes.
please.
Yes.
Thank you.
New rule.
That's rooted in
Yes.
trauma.
No
We gonna
apology.
hang
Go
y'all
on.
up. Y'all start saying sorry. We just gonna hang your ass up.
Yeah, it's rooted in trauma.
It
You
is.
know,
It
we
is.
are
Thinking
still at
that,
work.
yeah,
I am
this
still at
container
work.
can hold you. This container can
Mhm,
hold you. This container can hold you. If it couldn't, you would have ran off long ago.
mhm. Oh yeah, because
You
I
don't
will
play
say
them. You don't play that
my
shit.
my intuition is there. It's on
Mm-hmm.
point now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do want to say,
Please.
um, Sarah, Carol, did I pronounce your name wrong?
Sarah
Carl,
is cute.
Carol,
Carah. That would be cute if
Carl.
that was Sarah.
Is it
That would be
Kara?
cute. It's Kara.
Kara. Okay, because I
Yes.
want to pronounce it correctly. Kara. Don't beat up on yourself.
Please.
Move beyond that and don't keep replaying your story. Move beyond that.
I'm
Because
working on it.
that's how you shift from surviving to thriving.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I'm
The
saying this as
focus.
one who went through who have gone through that experience and come out on the other side. The more you keep replaying it and you relive it and you keep yourself stuck there,
Mm-hmm.
even after you have moved on physically, you've leveled up, you
Mm-hmm.
all the things mentally, it's because you keep replaying it. So I
Giving it
actually wrote in
focus.
the book here about retelling the same story like it's a badge
Mm.
of honor. Don't even retell that story.
True.
This is who I am today. This is who I am today. And go on from there. Don't beat up on yourself. You're doing well as a mom. Continue to move
You.
forward. Don't beat
Mm-hmm.
up on
Oh my
yourself.
God. Oh my
That's
God.
it.
Thank you.
You're
Having
welcome.
children right now is she's 10. It's wild. It's unreal. Mel, were you about to say something?
I was gonna say, there's I believe it's in chapter 6 about making the shrine to
Yep, the next
Yes.
page.
child.
I'm going to build an ofrenda,
Yeah.
a,
Yay.
altar, or a a beauty table, and I'm so excited. It's so crazy. I realize sitting home, I call it sitting home. I'm not forcing a lot on my day. I'm just existing. I've not been able to take a break in many, many years, and I was seated down professionally, so I'm taking it.
Do we
And
want to?
I just realized that a lot of the things that I need or acknowledge that I think I need to get, I already have in some way. I already have the little adornments to put on it. I just need a little shelf to put them up on.
Do we want to do
So
that? Do we want to do that next Friday at 7 p.m.?
I would love that.
Okay.
Together,
Yeah.
I would love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do that next
Yeah.
Friday at 7 p.m. Put us a little cubby, just a little
Okay.
nook, just a
Nook
little
nook.
nook. Find you a
Something.
nook.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're living in your car, find you a nook. You need one.
We do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you
Anybody else?
everybody
This
for
was great. Good night. Okay. Hang me
listening.
up because I listen. Good night.
Oh,
See
good
y'all.
Get this
night.
one. Get this
Oh,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Get
you know
this
what?
one.
I saw that at Walmart yesterday.
It's really good. This
Hibiscus.
one, and it got the peach. Oh wait, it's my bad. And it got the peach one.
It's for sleepy or it's for morning?
It's just mental focus.
Do it help?
I need it all.
I had it, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay. Oh, okay. I like when you do that. When you, yes, I like that. When you, you hear the birds chirping.
like a
You,
midday
yeah.
pickup. I was like, I
Hello.
like. I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just want
Okay.
to share that. Good
Okay.
night,
Thank you.
y'all.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. Hang me
Y'all,
up,
y'all gonna have to. Y'all gotta hang me
please.
up. Sorry. Oh, there we
Good
go.
night.
Good night,
Good
ladies.
night,
Enjoy y'all.
Darlena.
Good night.
Good night. I wanted to Grace fall asleep. Grace, you sleep? Grace sleep, ain't it? We'll just hang her up. I don't want to hang her up. Good night, Grace. Oh, okay, okay. She's still on. Is it 10:35? She's still okay. Good night. Okay. Hang me up.